So, I just have bad news.
What?
I was so focused on getting the intro that I forgot to hit record. Yeah. So I may need your footage after, if you...
Dang it, the one time you need my footage.
Yeah. So... Hi, how are you?
Oh, I had you muted for stream for a second, so sorry about that.
Why?
But we're back. I didn't mean to.
I have a pretty voice. I should be heard too.
Yes, we should all hear your Scottish accent as well.
That's right, lassie.
Oh gosh, I haven't done this in a minute.
It has been a minute. It has indeed. Yep. You know what? That's fine. Nice to see you, Coco, and everybody else. Wind and Shiny Monster and everybody else on stream. Thanks for having me along once more to attempt to entertain you with some stories, and for all of us to be entertained by Allie's bloodlust, because that definitely happened, as you will quickly see.
I'm sure I'll get the chance to hurt someone or kill someone again.
That's right. At this point,
I hope so.
Yeah, we were a bit sociopathic. Behind our last session, I gotta say.
Only because you let me be this time.
I said that I was gonna give you much more control over it, so I wasn't very upset about who we killed, but again, we'll...
Oops, I didn't limit the number of times a second can be redeemed.
We'll get to that in the summation. But yeah, if you are ready to play, I'm ready to talk.
I am. Yep, I'm ready to go. Nothing. I mean, we gotta explain what's happening first, and that's really where we're at anyway. So.
That's right. We have had a bit of a time where we haven't been able to play too much, and holidays makes it difficult to do so, which is fine. I haven't gone to a huge amount of detail with the background, but if you
that's
are
all right.
You have all of the
thank you, Wind, for the lurk.
And the what would you say? The last time on Highlands, Deep Waters.
Yeah, I've been calling them sessions.
Sessions, yeah, exactly. So they're all up on YouTube and everything, so you're able to see a bit more detail.
Definitely.
But yes, last time on Highlands, Deep Waters by Fernando B. Neves and Lucas Zaper, and hosted, of course, by Choice of Games. We'll have our previous main character, which was there. We'll get into that here. So, the small Scottish town of Invernock, gaining prominence due to the local Blair Lemnock College, has something amiss amidst its population. An investigation of a supposed murder-suicide of Gordon and Joanne MacLeod has already had one PI go missing 10 years ago, and Amelia MacLeod, who has taken up the case, is not keen to become one of the next victims. Often going by their alias River Waters, Amelia has gone out of her way to follow several leads to the college, which have filled in some of the picture. A young man explains his involvement of a ritualistic prank at the Lone Moss, where the prior investigator, Emma Stone, was last seen. But it was Teresa Dunbar who proved the most insightful, as she explained how she knew...
You guys could hear me a minute ago. I wasn't muted, right?
...who disappeared at the same time that Gordon and Joanne died. Though she didn't know where Matthew was, she did mention a fellow by the name of Kevin Glenmore, who apparently frequented a local club called the Sweet Revenge. So this is our current main character. We had to recreate a character, because the last one may or may not have, probably, definitely, I would say, died.
That was just part of the story, okay? It's not our fault.
That's right. It was part of the story.
It was unexpected, though.
That's right. So we have Amelia MacLeod, aka River Waters here, and we also have Gordon and Joanne MacLeod. So these are all AI art that I've generated. I've plugged in some of the details that the story has sort of fed me, I guess, and I threw it into an AI art generator, and this is what came up for these characters. So
looks right.
Sometimes I do my own personal art to try and change things around, but yeah, I think they've come out pretty fun. And because I'm getting more and more perfectionistic and I'm weird that way, I've escalated to using animated AR art.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said that.
yeah, so they look a little better. Whilst I've edited them in the video, so they look a little bit nicer and they're not as quick and fast. But here's a Teresa Dunbar, an old friend
Coco.
of Joanne and Matthews.
Thank you for the 100 biddies.
Bit of a
I'll have to add it
connection there.
in a bit.
And then we have a student that who's just kind of guy that we talked to. He didn't actually give us his name from what I can tell, but also kind of interesting when it's
Ridiculous, Coco.
animated sort of thing. So. Kinda
Oh, wow.
neat.
Yeah.
Having a more forceful conversation with a spunky British waitress, ironically also named Amelia,
That's right.
River found Kevin waiting to meet with someone near the Lone Moss. Catching a stranger, or the stranger, with blonde dreads that he was meant to meet up with, Kevin was spooked by River's presence, causing her to dispense with a calm
Well, Coco,
approach.
I
and use her
I don't like how that
IQ
sounds,
button to
but
render
I
his car
appreciate it.
immobilized. In other words, instant
as always, I
violence
hope
from
you
a
feel better
alley
soon.
To shoot out the guy's tires.
What? He was leaving.
It was hilarious.
He was running away, and I just said no. Don't. You
So
can't.
this is the. I thought this one was kind of cool because it got the guy in the background kind of moving around. It was neat, and then the guy driving his car. Who
Yeah.
got his license plate. Kind of neat. Technically kidnapping poor Kevin Glenmore and giving him a few tokes off of our personal stash of weed, the entire story unfolds on how Kevin and Matthew were on again, off again lovers for years before he went missing. Missing it, and then found out that he was also a part of a cult. I don't know why I didn't type that out properly. So he seemed like he was a part of some cult, basically, is what was going on before the day. And that was the day before Joanne and Gordon died. When he did some digging on his own end, he discovered that Matthew still had been apparently picking up his government checks that he would collect in the past, only this time to a new address. When Kevin went to the address on Downing Street, a man named Ewan Black came to the door. He not only claimed to be Matthew Wallace, but summarily closed the door in Kevin's face. Calls to the local police has led to nothing being done. So this is poor Kevin Glenmore, who had a few injuries on his face after we blew out his car tire. It was only a slow. He didn't even get up to like 30 kilometers an hour yet. A lead with some meat on it. Finally, River wastes little time after her chat with Kevin and heads to Downing Street for herself. A little B&E and a cursory look around, and River comes face to face with the sketchy identity thief in his room doing far worse than sketchy things.
So true.
It was very bad. It was no bueno. Crazed and speaking about them, with Invernock's church apparently at the heart of the conspiracy.
Hi,
her
sister.
employer was
Welcome
convinced exists.
in.
River is startled
How's it
by the
going?
front door she had left ajar, it's supposed to say, closed shut by the wind. Ewan attempts to take this opportunity to lunge at the investigator, gaining him not only one but 2 holes in each kneecap.
That was hype
after
about that.
That was right. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Ali again, very, very violent in this one. I thought it was good. I actually really appreciated it. I had no qualms about this dude at all after we knew what he was getting up after. After a rough investigation,
I'm good, sister.
and
Just
noting the
finished
horrible
work.
crimes he admitted to as well,
Started dinner
River has
in
little remorse
the
and
crock
hesitation
pot.
as she ends the man's life with
And,
one regret, departing later.
I'm like slow cooking
all
some
the
chicken
information she could gather
for
before the police
some
arrived.
sandwich stuff. But
This
yeah,
is the,
doing
sketchy
good.
gentleman.
Who's the weirdo?
I actually managed to get it. You have no idea how much work I did to get
Had
this
to
guy's
do-
kneecaps to look bloody. So
I appreciate it. Oh, look
it
at
was
that.
so hard to get the freaking dude. It just put like weird globs of paint and stuff. It still kind of looks painty, but I worked. So
It's not
hard.
bad, not bad. That is so funny though. I kind of imagined him looking more less somewhat attractive, because he's not like a bad looking guy in this. I kind of imagined him looking like worse because I didn't want him to be a nice looking guy at all. Because he sucks.
AI really sucks at giving you normal or below average looking people.
I can see
I
that.
mean, it makes sense. Like a lot of like there's a lot of super.
It's not a weirdo unless you're talking about me. It's Zel, Cujo. Hi, Cujo,
so
welcome in. How are you?
Without going into a public domain, I imagine. Anyway,
Yeah.
a lot to draw from. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I mean, from what I've
literally
seen,
put
that's
it-
what it seems like.
Yeah, there's always very, very gorgeous people, you know, and it's like, dude, people don't actually look like that.
Right.
Which makes it
We're making a Hallmark movie out of this abyssal horror story.
right. And so this is the final image of our.
Sick.
So now the continuation.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, should be Yum L. It's like barbecue chicken.
So we did end the chapter with a dead man and us walking out with his laptop and some other files, I think, like that. I couldn't quite recall off the top.
And probably some bag people on the way.
Yes, bad people, good people who will still be bad because they, you know, want to put us in handcuffs now because we've literally murdered a man. So, you know, whatever.
Wasn't the first time.
At least our cult is not traceable. We've got serial numbers and everything ripped off and all that stuff. So it's good. So, he who fights monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze for long into the abyss also gaze into you. Friedrich Nietzsche. I'll let you continue from here.
Somewhere across time and space, it's been a while since you felt this type of thrill. The thrill of a case of chasing shadows that are visible only to your eyes, the capacity of making your own choices and not only accepting your fate. You feel your mind psychologically split, with your memories seemingly fading in the distance. Should you embrace what you've become? Tami an dochasnak ilsu tamalt orm. Tami abith mar part dentu tamigad asin tamilu su. I don't know what I just said, but what if I just cursed myself?
So, everybody, we all know that Allie is
welcome
selling
in.
herself to the devil now.
Yeah, right?
She's a binding contract.
What did I just do?
She now will spend eternity. No, I'm just kidding. It's like who knows
Can
what we
we
said.
get Otterpuff a shout out? But I'm doing well, Otterpuff. Just was done with work and now in stream. Like, just went straight from work to
It
stream,
is
pretty
dark enough
much.
for you to
But how are
lose
you?
yourself in the early hours of the night. Maybe it's 1 p.m. Maybe the sun will just come up. You don't care. He doesn't care. What is time for something that exists beyond it? Dami gram is misa firnjörin anisga diharanam.
Haha, now you're part of it.
So, yeah, that was the subclause. You know, it wasn't as important.
Tacos with the fam. Nice, nice. That sounds good. Immersing in solitude, you stride towards your destiny. A quick glance back shows you the sleeping Invernock, the sparse lights shining under the moon. You contour the Sean Loch, watching the waters trembling in understandable patterns. The repetitive sounds of the loch whisper words in your ears, words in a language you never studied. You can understand it perfectly. You are a parcel tongue.
I'm not sure about the understanding part, but sure.
I didn't understand anything.
Sian du abi kroish ashurt du shiad murt iad murta cheriek org agas piadat dando fala aka. It is his voice you hear, him, the one they have told you to love and praise. It has been 10 years since you first heard his voice. How do you feel about him? Are we doing exactly what we were thinking? Is that...
Yeah, like when you said going back and forth to our original. Yeah. You thought it might come to that. That's what it sounds like if we're talking about 10 years ago.
That would be sick. I'm excited. Okay, so how do you feel about him?
Not good.
Uh,
It depends on how we.
Blue. Apparently, we just Uh, there's a part of me, like, there's a bit of a perfectionist in me that actually wants to decipher what the language is, because I probably could figure out the gist of what it is based on the
Right. I mean,
phonetics. Yeah.
the first word "tha" or however you want to say it, definitely. I mean, it's repetitive and it's on it's the first word in a lot of these sentences. So I mean, like, I feel like it's probably decipherable.
It might be. Anyway, it's just me being weird.
So
So he is real and I am his. Who is he? What's going on? They drugged me. They fucked up my mind. I will find him and kill him along with all of his worshippers. All
I
right.
guess it really, in this case, it really depends on how we want to play this story. Like,
Yeah.
did she get
So-
mine? What's the word?
Brainwash.
Yeah, brainwashed, essentially. Yeah.
Mind scrubbed. What's it called?
Did she get brainwashed, or is she still confused? But it's been 10 years, so I kind of don't feel like her being confused is like a surprise. Or is she like fully still aware and like wants to dismantle all this? Of course, I'd like to believe the last one, but
This is what I'll start off with. This Amelia, and I literally am blanking on her name right now. Why am I blanking?
Emma?
Thank you, Emma Stone. Wow, wasn't that big of a jump.
Emma Stone Watson?
Yes, that's what. Yeah, I think I was thinking the last name. They're different people for sure.
Yeah.
So she was a bit more by the book for the most part, and she was an actual professional private investigator, versus Amelia or River being quite a bit less lawful. But I still got the sense that she's, feisty and fiery and wanted to fight. So.
Well, and what was I gonna say? It's been 10 years though, so like all of her professionalism, like normal behavior, could totally be changed. She could be feral now.
Yeah, she could be like. I don't mind her being actually like devoted or whatever to.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd want to play that out, because like it seems fun to be like, yeah, like let's get her. She's been brainwashed, like she's in it now. Maybe she has a redemption arc. I don't know, or yeah.
Maybe we free her at the last minute. I don't know. Which way are you leaning? Like, which one's the most? Like, I think this would actually be the best story or whatever.
I don't know. I think it's like almost too boring to just be like, yeah, she's against him still, because we're against it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more fun to be like, to say one of the first two.
It also admits the power of
whatever this entity is and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. To be able to take somebody who's clearly against it and being forced or coerced at least.
Yeah.
To eventually still fall to. Yeah, so I'm okay with 2, or I think 2 seems the most.
Yeah, I actually know what it says, so.
Yeah, that's part of it. It's like, I don't know what this is.
I don't know what that is, so yeah, he is real and I am his.
Let's do that, where she like my hopeful is that we actually meet her and we have some ability to convince her otherwise to not be so crazy. But if she falls, I mean, we already presumed she was dead, so I did anyway. So let's do it.
I mean,
it's real and
not to mention that saying it like that could mean 2 different things, because, well, I mean, like, sure, he could very well be real, right? She could not be crazy about that, but her saying, right, I am his, could not just mean that she's loyal and devoted. It could also mean, like, she has no choice and she's just succumbed to this.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're being tortured and the one thing that you manage to get out of that experience is some kind of divine or not, otherworldly, aid or acceptance. I mean, even after 10 years, I can't imagine being, who knows what they did to her.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Is this me?
Mhm.
He is real. You saw him. You tasted him during your sublimation. You saw him on the waters. You felt him with your mind. He who now waits on the dark temple for a new age to come. He won't have to wait long.
Interesting. Cloaked in darkness, you march by the loch until you meet your destiny. Some yards ahead, you find a loving couple cuddled together on the winter grass, lost in their own whispers and promises. Just beside them, Rhiannon's rock rises from the earth like a a thing that I can't say. A statue for him, a lie, this is not hers, a lost memory I wish to forget.
That's interesting that they're switching between a statue for him and a lie, this is not hers. Because Rhiannon was very Cthulhu-like creature. And it could be completely separate from the him that we're talking about. But either way, we're talking about this statue as if it is one or the other. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think my initial thought was statue for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not casual, it's not just. Yeah, I think this makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Agree. Yes. They told you about it. The words are the only that are hard to forget, for they are spoken inside your mind. The boy and the girl don't see you, but you see them, as clear as they were shown to you on green images of the camera that surveys the spot. They hug and kiss each other with only the pale and clouded sky behind their witnesses. The grass beneath them must be freezing, but they don't care. Their own warmth suffices. Mört id dode a dineses mi du. You look at the piece of steel in your hand as it reflects the moonlight, a ritual blade for a ritual murder. This doesn't feel like the first time you held one, but you can't recall it correctly. This is your final task before being admitted as one of them. The domain. You have to kill the young couple and offer their blood to him, and you have to do it willingly.
Well,
okay.
we know what happened to Joanne and Gordon then, because it sounds like that's probably what Matthew had to do.
Yeah.
Is my suspicion anyway. All right, let's see what happens. You move further toward the couple. The night sky is still as the wind, and the loch whispers once more into your ears. Diane, Diane, Diane. Your mind is filled with tension, the words of a million voices shining loudly. You feel, however, ready to do what you, inside your own heart, feel like the right thing to do. What in her heart, after this time, is the right thing to do? Assassinate the couple, eviscerate the lovers, expose their interior, rip them apart. Dude, okay, what the hell? It's like, kill them more, kill them even better, torture the shit out of them.
Yeah, for real.
Kill them to keep your cover intact. It's the only way. Leave them and abandon the cult forever. They will know you are a traitor. Is there any shred of lucidity and humanity left in our character from before?
Doesn't seem like it. I mean, I can kind of. I mean, if you think about, of course, what she's probably been dealing with the past 10 years, makes sense. But don't know. Obviously, we're not gonna do the last one because I feel like if we do that, she's just dead.
Yeah, it's unlikely we'd be.
I'm scared to. I mean, kill them to keep your cover intact. It's the only way. It sounds like cool, but I'm like, does that mean we kill them willingly? Like, are they gonna know?
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of feel we should stick with what we said before.
Yeah.
Like, she really is. She's gone. At least.
Yeah, she's gone for now, and maybe she'll have redemption, maybe not. But for now, she's a little lost.
Other balancing, without a balancing agent to bring her back from the brink, she's gonna go over. I think.
Yeah. Fair. Well, we're not gonna rip them apart or expose their interior, so let's just assassinate them.
Yes, I think just a straight up, eviscerate. That's a very dark term. It seems like a heavy. Damn. Okay, she's just gonna kill him. It's cold,
it's got a bloodlust sound to it for sure.
Yeah, it's like, drink the blood of your enemy's death kind of thing. It's like, no, whoa, easy.
And I have the bloodlust in this story, but not in this kind of case.
Right. Let's leave, Temple of Doom and Indiana Jones back in the past here. So we need to rip their hearts out.
Let's just kill them normal. They scream, they struggle, they bleed, they die. When the deed is done, you throw their bodies to the old loch to feed the fishes and to make company for the other corpses there. For a moment, you look at your own reflection on the water. A woman. You don't recognize her. You were some kind of detective once, were you not? A private investigator. And now you're also a murderer. Or have you always been one? It doesn't matter, for after this probation, you are finally his as well. One of the domain. Math Emma. I know what that said. It said our name.
Yes, of course, yeah. Maybe it says like good job or something like that.
That's a good guess, right? Something like that. Something definitely good, probably. Positive towards us, not necessarily good.
All right.
Chapter 2! Finally.
Man, seriously though, like the chapters in this, like again, I probably said it last time, but these chapters are way longer. It was a prelude. The prelude was longer than like 2 chapters than any other one I've played before. So
yeah,
these are really, really long. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Nevertheless, there's an ocean layer which separates the shimmering blue waters of the surface from the stark blackness of the abyss. An eternal shower of animal corpses pours over eyeless and slimy species, an obliterating cold embracing anything daring to live. It is a region about 2,000 meters deep, where even the brightest sunlight is diminished to nothingness. It is called the Midnight Zone.
Yeah, I love the Midnight Zone. Sorry.
A lecture at the Blair Lemnock College. Apparently I have not spelled this right ever, because I didn't know it was Lemnock. Is there something called the Midnight Zone?
Yeah, it's like part of the ocean. It's like where, it gets really, really dark, and where there's all the bioluminescent fish and other sea creatures.
Light finds a way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're still tense from the situation, and in the end, after breaking into his home and all that struggle, you murdered Ewan Black. It's downright. Townsfolk heard shooting. Certainly. Police Scotland is already there. How long will it take them to knock on your door? What would your new friend, Officer Andy, think if he knew what you've been up to? Return to the Angus Hotel. Ewan Black had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming.
Yeah, I mean, he was... So, a part that I didn't mention, but apparently this guy had been assaulting women and stuff like that, and making videos, and very, very, very no bueno stuff. So,
yeah.
Not surprised that he got a bullet, I gotta say.
It's not a loss. That's what I have to say.
After driving for a while, you eventually park your Volhall Corsa and enter the Angus Hotel. Jonathan just smiles at you politely.
Jane!
Who is the owner, by the way? Or the
Thank you so much for the resub.
everything seems fine here to him. You wonder why he's awake.
Jade, you get
Now,
to
perhaps
pick a
we
temporary
could do
tattoo
another
out for me now.
Go upstairs.
It is with a heavy and burdened mind that you return to your room. As you lock yourself inside your personal haven, you feel more insecure and exposed as ever. It is not that much of a surprise that the mysterious events in Invernock had a deeper background, but this is just something else. You sit on your bed, looking at the blank and mute wall. Your shoulders are painful from the amount of tension they're holding. You paint inside your mind the last moments of the life of Ewan Black, a troubled troublemaker, a hidden gear in the machinations. That's a weird word. Machinations. I'd never seen that word, which are occurring right now all around you. It is a lasting realization that, or the one that you just uncovered the surface of the truth. You sigh and contemplate the floor, thinking about the disturbing recent events. How do you feel about having killed Ewan Black? I'm alright. He deserved it. It had to be done. Fuck me if I know. I shouldn't have done this. I'm in danger right now because of it. I became the monster. The first two sound good to me. That guy sucked.
I don't think it had to be done. I think we'd probably say he deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it. But at the same time, he would have let them know about us anyways, and he would have been a witness.
Good point.
And remembered, been able to
Yep.
say who we were. So that was another reason we killed him. But hi Jade, I'm groggy, amphibian. I think I want to say it had to be done. For many reasons.
Sounds good. No,
Save
more calculation, and we'll admit that it's probably more calculation than just emotional trauma and desire to murder.
Yeah. We
there
had
was some
to.
calculation in there.
There was.
We'll say the emotion fueled our logic to destroy.
It sure did.
There you go. It had to be done.
The neighbors had a contractor banging on the adjoining wall at 9
You look
a.m.
at the
Oh,
window. It is
I'm
now
sorry,
early in the
Jade.
morning, but the sun is still a couple of hours.
Well, Jade, for your sub,
Invernock is embedded.
let
in
me
darkness,
know
a
which
frigid
temporary
chemical
tattoo you want me to do.
You try to keep your wits about you, and you let out a deep sigh.
This one?
But it is useless. You gasp.
Grim
and
Reaper.
cough
Grim
and
Reaper
cough.
2.
Your tension is almost overbearing,
Reaper
but
3.
you need to remain focused at on the task at hand, whatever the task might be. I will do it. I
Grim
will
Reaper
uncover
4.
the truths Invernock has to hide. I will survive this. These thoughts need to fuck off. Will I die? I don't even know who's after me. I should have stayed in Glasgow. This town is a trap, a cursed trap.
It is a cursed trap. And this is basically what we're thinking.
Yeah. I almost feel like she's the type of person to stuff. So saying like these thoughts need to fuck off, kind of like,
yeah.
I'm not even going to give space for these things to bother me.
I'm going to completely ignore it. It's stupid. Do my best to completely erase it from my mind. Fair enough.
She can't do her anything if she's always thinking.
First Grim Reaper
like
it is, Jade.
To overthink. She's not like me, in other words. I will think to death about the smallest moral conundrum, whereas she's like, no, the reason why I can do all the crimes that I've done and all the things that I've done is because I don't think about them.
Fair enough. Yeah, for sure. This isn't like, this is not her first time doing this kind of thing anyways.
Exactly.
Like,
so
the thing she needs to worry about most is this completely different, the thing that she's unfamiliar with, which is a cult or whatever it is that's gonna possibly be after her. That's what I'd be worried about. Sheesh.
Yeah. I do feel like she has a level of functional sociopathy. Like, it's not like she's an evil person. And if you've ever done studies on psychopathy and sociopathy, there's actually quite a few people in our culture and in the world who could be labeled that, but they're not like murdering crazy people necessarily. It's just they have an ability to, or they are naturally less inclined to think empathetically, for example, and they just so lots of businessmen, for example, who work 80, 90, 100 hours a week
Mm-hmm.
type of thing, or that's to them it's like it's because that's what their life is around, and they don't have the emotional baggage and everything like that. So
Yeah.
I get the sense, and so criminality sometimes fits into that too, because there's not a lot of the emotions or the moral judgments and such are weighing upon people in this category that prevents them from just going out and getting what they want, however it means that they want to, so usually, families and guidance and stuff helps. But anyway, so yeah, these thoughts should need to fuck off. That sound good?
Yeah. Agreed.
Cool.
I'm doing my temporary tattoo on my arm right now. For a couple of minutes more, your thoughts continue to haunt you as if they were materialized ghosts. When you finally stand up and look around your room, you decide it's time to take some action. You recall that Ewan Black mentioned Father Grant. Whatever the bloody hell is happening, this is your most solid lead. It means that your next possible destination should be the Black Kirk. About time. A recurring...
Let's go to church.
Yeah, a recurring thought remains creeping inside your head, though. The more you expose yourself, the more they will know about you. That is true. Hi, Lila. So do we call someone, take a nap, smoke some weed, investigate Ewan's laptop? We definitely need to do that at some point, since we just got it. Search the internet for clues, wander around town, think about what to do next. That last one's kind of weird. Think about what to do next. Well,
smoke weed every day.
Can we look at our current mind or sanity?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe she needs a nap or some weed. I don't know though. She needs to chill out, dude.
Well, we have $5,000 to our name, which is great. You feel quite sure something or someone is watching you. It's not bad, actually. That's what it was before.
That's what it was before Emma died.
This is
Not died.
was it?
Yeah, well, she thought someone was watching her while she was inside the
You're
house,
right,
yeah.
you're right. Fair enough.
But at this point, we know that they're kind of going to be on her tail soon.
I think she needs a little bit of weed.
Yeah.
I just feel like, look.
She's got to chill. She needs to chill.
She needs a breath.
This is what she would do.
Blood spatter.
This is the course she would take.
That's right.
Also,
this is her way of
Jade, it turned out pretty sick.
And throwing them behind the barn, kind of thing.
Pretty sick. Thank you for the sub again.
It helps you to relax, but it is hard to do it completely. Your mind wanders about recent events, making weird connections between them, and that sometimes
I like
make
your
more
choice.
sense than anything else.
It looks sick.
All right, well. Are you doing tattoos?
I did do a temporary.
I meant to ask in chat, but do you have any tattoos at all?
No, I don't have any. I have one that I want to possibly get later in my life, but like it's not. Only if my husband gets one too.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it would be fun. But it's this is a bit of a tangent, but it would be of the spider lily flower, which in Japan is related to death a lot, like planted over people's bodies and stuff, and it's a very bright red flower. Anyways.
Oh yes.
It's related to horror a lot. Anyways, fun little notes. Thank you, Coco, for the sub to Zell. The gift sub.
4.
Yeah.
I only like one of them.
You only like one of them?
I like the ones on my arms, but I got them when I was 14 and 16.
Oh, young, yeah.
And then I got the other one, which I
Coco,
really
I'm gonna show
despise.
you some stuff. Some
It's
small
on my
tattoos.
thigh, and it's I got it whilst I was incarcerated, so
Yeah.
it was it's not like anything bad. It's a werewolf or whatever. But I was super high, and this guy owed me money. Anyway, it's a big thing, and he paid me by doing a tattoo. And
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a very.
He just used you to
funny
practice.
Story. Yeah, sort of. It was more where we had this hustle going where he would be the tattoo. He would do the tattooing, and because I had such a stellar reputation, wasn't like a big troublemaker or anything like that. We would do it in my cell so that we wouldn't get caught. Ironically, we did get caught, and it was during my tattoo, so it's unfinished, and he also did something on it that is less than savory. It was in the place where you're supposed to shade up, but he drew a genitalia of sorts without, and so you're supposed to cover it up with shading and everything like that, but we got caught.
Oh.
Covered up. So it's a ruined freaking tattoo that I picked on random when I was high. It was bad. Look, it was
You
bad.
never thought about having anybody cover it up? Or like fix it, finish shading it?
I don't want it finished.
Because of the
But
story? Or why?
No, I want it covered up potentially, but I just don't know what I want. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing that I desperately want anymore. So
That is
anyway,
funny.
it was a terrible tattoo, and so I'm less of an advocate for getting tattoos unless you absolutely. So I mean, I have my 3 nails, in the cross kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So those that means a lot to me, and it's a good reminder.
Yeah, that's definitely
So-
different than probably that one that you picked high.
Yeah, and I got this one
On a whim.
I got this one in Bible college. So with a friend, she had a tattoo, so we got them together. Not the same one. So it was an interesting time. So all around, it was fun. Tangent, awesome, good.
Yeah, we're doing a great job already.
Already bad. I'll make sure to cut that out of the video. Okay.
Okay, Coco, I'm gonna show you some
So
small
we're kinda
ones.
relaxed, but
Some
we need to
small ones,
do
and
this.
obviously you can't get the
I think
entire
we should
sheet. You
probably
have to
check the
choose
sky
one off of
before
them.
we have
Yeah, agreed. We need to look at his laptop because what else did we get it for, right?
a-
Yes, Tattoo Coco.
You open Ewan's notebook. It's protected by a password. It seemed too easy.
We should be able to handle that, right?
I guess.
Coco, if you don't pick one, I'm just gonna pick one.
My password. Cassandra, Matthew, Grant, porn.
Huh?
Name, beer, movies.
Maybe he would make it Matthew, because, like, a reminder that he's pretending to be him. Or something that he likes, which would be porn or ketamine. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't remember if he had a lot of beer.
I kind of wanted the Scream one, Coco, so awesome. I don't remember. I don't know. I remember the drugs and other stuff a lot more.
Grant makes sense because he was he was like a follower of the guy. Like that's what was it? What's the guy's name? It was the Father Grant.
Father Grant. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense because if he used this laptop also to contact them,
Mm-hmm.
then it's very possible.
Yeah,
Do you think we have like 3 chances kind of thing?
Well, it doesn't allow us to go back, so most laptops wouldn't lock you out.
Yeah.
Let's try Grant. I think that to me that makes the most sense. Where
Okay.
his loyalty lies. It could be porn is probably my second bet. And after that, I have no idea.
Sounds good.
You want to try porn?
I guess so, yeah.
Damn, that's wrong. All right, well,
What was his relationship with Cassandra?
that was the chick he took badly.
Would he be proud of that whole fact? I feel like he would be. I think it's probably going to be Cassandra or Matthew, like one of their names.
I have literal no understanding of that kind of thing, so it's like it confuses me whether are they trophy thing yeah. I don't know.
I think based off of like shows and stuff that I've watched or things or like all fictional stuff that I've read, that I mean, like, it sounds like it, yeah. But I think it's gonna be someone's name. Possibly
Yeah, I think
now.
I would be surprised if it was Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with Cassandra, I guess.
Okay.
Nope. Matthew, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. What the hell?
I'm just gonna go through the list and see what happens.
Yeah. Seriously? It's beer?
You unlock his notebook and go through his files. It was beer? Did we find that many beer cans? I guess it was probably filled with beer cans, but still.
Yeah, I can't remember that detail of his house that he was in.
I kind of do, but it didn't seem very prominent anyway.
Why can't
I
Coco
would
be
never-
supportive without
Yeah,
repercussions?
maybe-
It's not
I guess so.
repercussions. They're supposed to be rewards. Crazy. Okay, so you unlock his notebook and go through his files. They are a mess. Ewan's not a methodical person. His desktop is filled with images, most of them depicting gruesome scenes. There are even a few games with graphic titles and controversial content. He doesn't bother to hide things very well. There's a folder named Kino. You can only guess at what that actually means. Inside this folder, there is what you would describe as evidence. Too much of it. Alright, let's open that folder.
I don't want to open it.
I don't know what evidence. Oh, I see.
Pictures and profiles of the victims, their addresses, habits, phone numbers, and overall information. Damn. A name catches your attention, Elizabeth Allynx. There was something about her in the files Alexander gave you. Mysterious kidnapping around Ben Nevis, if you recall it correctly. Regardless, the notebook itself wouldn't ever be accepted inside a court of law, for it was illegally obtained. The files it contains, though, are a different matter. One thing is certain, Cassandra wasn't lying. Consent was never an option. Damn.
Well, I'm glad we found evidence for her.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we do
Oh.
with this? Send the files to Police Scotland, send the files to Detective Inspector Anne Curry, send the files to the press, write an email to Cassandra, get rid of the notebook, close the folder, and leave Ewan's notebook.
Well, we just said the notebook itself is going to be useless, but the files aren't. So.
I would prefer it, I think, to send it to
Our friend.
connection, because we cracked a case with her, right?
Yeah, we send it to her first, and she probably would be able to give us some kind of insight or help us with it in general.
Well, at the very least, she can get the justice for those people, whereas if we send it to police
Yeah.
Scotland, they can suppress what's been going on with it.
Right, because that's what they've been doing so far anyway.
Yeah, so at least she has the higher, maybe not a higher authority, but she's dealt with that, because we broke this. It was like a smuggling ring or a.
Yeah, you're right.
pornography?
Some kind of
Yeah.
smuggling or some kind of criminal ring.
Yeah, so I mean, it's up her. She has that history anyway, so we know we can kind of depend on her, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that.
She would probably know what to do with them. All right. Do we want to let Cassandra know, or we can always go and tell her? I don't know.
I mean, it's not an option, I guess, but better than nothing, right?
Yeah. Also, by the way, don't mention in the email that you killed him.
Yeah,
the way-
of course.
Coco, there's your
All
scream.
right, let's do it. She got justice. We'll say that.
I'm making myself asleep.
in some.
Yeah.
Not that it does anything, but
Yeah, just say, we gave you justice. Here's evidence. Also, don't worry about trying him in court because he's not available.
you stare
Oh.
at the blank screen, thinking on what to type. I killed the man who did that to you. I've sent the files to the press. I've sent the files to police. I've sent the files to a detective friend of mine.
Well, we're not going to say the first one.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to put that in writing.
That's more evidence towards us. Not that. Yeah. At this point, we probably left a lot of evidence anyway. So, I guess
Yeah, just tell her that, because that's what we did, right?
Hey, we found the thing. We'll do is somebody we trust. Yeah, we're good. Anything else? Press send.
Yeah, just press send. I don't
Yeah.
think we didn't do anything else except for kill him, but... You send the email. Perhaps it will help Cassandra overcome this dark, bloody situation. Perhaps it will only make things worse. Alright. Oh no, what do we do now? Do we send the files to Scotland or press? No, we don't. I don't think we send them to Police Scotland because we already sent them to Anne? Right, Anne, not Annie.
Yeah.
We sent them to Anne because we think we can trust her best with them. Do we get rid of the
Madam
notebook?
Curry. Yeah.
Madam Curry. I know that's what I keep thinking of that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we need to
one
get
less-
rid of the notebook. Do you? Do we think we need to get rid of evidence?
I mean, I guess it depends on whether or not we don't want to go to jail. Here's the way I look at it: is like
Well, we have his.
we're in possession of it. I don't know, like it's not gonna make or break a case, but they can charge us with a few other things if we have it in our possession. Is the way that I look at it.
I also guess that we don't really need it anymore, anyways, do we?
Yeah, I don't think we need anything else.
Shouldn't if we already sent that stuff to Annie. Anne, God. So I guess we can be
I don't
smart.
think there's going to be any. Yeah, there's not going to be anything pertinent to our investigation. We've
Right.
tied this up in a bow in terms of it's sent. We've got the videos that we want off of it, and the rest of it just needs to be burned. Partly for sanitation purposes, because I feel dirty just thinking that she's touching the thing. So
Maybe she's always wearing gloves. We just don't realize it.
maybe she should be at this point.
She should be. I mean, if she just went and broke into someone's house, she really should be.
For sure.
So yeah, we can get rid of it.
Yeah, let's get rid of it. In the right hand.
By the way, I don't think I asked Jade, how are you doing? If you're still here, if you're not lurking. We have what achievement?
We achieved, or we got these. Here, I'll read it. So these are the achievements we've actually had. 6 out of a possible 37. Study in glass, made the correct deductions for the shattered glass. Get all the answers right for. It was, what's his name? Gordon's death. Found out what happened on Mayberry Walk 4. Still doesn't know shit. So that was the young man who kind of got pranked and stuff. In the right hands, we dealt. That was the one we got. In the right hands, we dealt with Ewan's notebook.
Oh, maybe I did ask you how you are because you did tell me about getting woken up by the contractors. I'm sorry about that, Jade.
There's still 26 hidden achievements remaining.
That's a lot.
I actually really like that because normally, at least from what I've seen, they give a whole list of achievements that you could get as well, which I always hated because to me it's like it ruins the story. I don't read them, right?
No, for sure.
So I'm glad that he has this sort of hidden with his game. I don't know.
Anyways, you have your fingertips all over the keyboard. It could put you in trouble just for possessing it. So you quietly walk to a distant part of the Sean lock, the chilling breeze reddening your face, and throw it away. The black waters of the lock swallow the damned computer. Shallow. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-lock, where the follow goes with all our damn computer.
Gosh. Do we want to sleep? Do we want to call what's her Anne? I mean, we just said it, but that may be all we have to have done.
It's a little early, but I don't think it's a bad idea.
What time is it again?
I think you said it was like
I know
really
it's dark.
Morning, like
Okay.
dark out. But we could I still think we should do it.
Yeah. We could always take a nap first.
Sure.
Mayhaps. Because I feel like she needs it for her sanity's sake.
We take a nap and it's like, FBI, open up.
Oh, imagine.
Nobody is that efficient unless they're bad guys.
True. We're not that efficient in this town.
Good guys aren't efficient, just for the record. They have moral tape as well as the red tape. You can't precise. Okay, exactly. You can't figure out exactly when you fell asleep. You dream of the busy streets of Glasgow and the solid recent memories you have of it. You wake up feeling relaxed. Cool.
Nice. Finally relaxed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Why not? Call someone?
Yeah.
Do it.
Should be fine now. We took a nap, man.
Anna.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Anna.
Anna Curry.
I'm 90% sure I've seen him rated as Ann Curry.
I thought so too. I thought this entire time that's what it was.
I'm pretty sure. So, anyway. I am guilty of some stuff. Talk about your findings on Downing Street. Sure.
As you consider what to say to Detective Inspector Anna Curie, you also keep in mind that she is a member of the Police Scotland, and some of the things you've done can be considered illegal, especially killing Ewan Black. You tell her what you just found out, not how you did it. She's a friend, but still. There is a deadly silence that Detective Inspector Anna Curie listens. Oh, it is with a deadly silence that Detective Inspector Anna Curie listens to you. I'm trying to put those words together. Detective and Inspector. Dispector. So, you're saying this church or something might have... You're saying this church or something might have something to do, right? Well, what a long shot. So I know nothing about it, and I also don't know how could you gain info on that. Perhaps going to the church itself, I don't know. She then stops for a bit, apparently thinking, well, if I can make something out, I'll give you a shout. If you gather any palpable evidence, we can make a case of it, assuming the accusations are true, of course. Thank you, Anna, for that very much help.
Pretty much nothing. Yeah. It's like, well, I'll help you if you find evidence. Click.
I don't like your evidence you have now, so let me know when you have other evidence.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, I know, I get it.
Or to be objective, it is pretty much nothing to go on, except for, okay, well...
Here are these guys' files.
Yeah. Should we call
Alexander? Yeah, I thought that too when I saw his name in there. Alexander Patterson.
Someone picks up, but doesn't say anything. Have they got Alexander? Alexander, is that you?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's double check. Yes, he says. It seems to be his voice. All right.
Okay. All right. Still sketched out.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm weirded out because what she said that.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what's he doing? He's not saying.
I mean, he is a nervous weirdo, so I guess I could see him answering the phone like,
Fair.
I want to know who this is, but I'm not saying anything first.
He listens quietly to everything you have to say. I was right then. Of course, the Black Kirk, Father Grant, the motherfucker, actually helped me out after my mental breakdown. Oh my fucking god. His rage increases with every word. He spoke at their funeral, and he is involved in her death. I know it. He and everyone else. But why? That fucker Ewan you mentioned. Who the fuck is he anyway?
A dead guy.
Yeah, he's nobody now. He's Mr. Kneecaps. That's what I'm gonna call him, Mr. Kneecaps. I don't know. He doesn't seem to know much. He's a mad rapist. I mean, not wrong. I killed him. You should calm down. Are you all right? We'll talk more about it later. Yeah, let's just drop that and leave.
Yeah. Right. Do we tell him we killed the guy? What if they're listening to us?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, especially if Buddy down the hall there, Jonathan, is that what his name was? The owner or whatever?
Yeah. The sketched out owner.
Kind of felt like, we were like, he's just, you're up right now. You're a little sketchy there, bud.
And he thought we were sketchy. He could be listening in on us.
Yeah, so maybe he's got like a hole in the wall or something too. Like,
Yeah.
that's sketchy.
He doesn't seem to know much. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't say I don't know yet because we're not going to figure out anything else about this guy. He's gone. I believe he was just a crappy trash piece of human that used this opportunity to live life how he wanted to. You know, because he didn't care what he was doing anything bad or not.
Okay, so you're thinking this one then?
Yeah, I mean, you can say he's a mad rapist. I mean, he was, so.
It's true.
That's fine, too, yeah. Just tell him, like,
Yeah,
this is who he
let's just tell
was.
him
He sucks.
Tell him what he was, yeah. I just wish that we would have the ability to do a Freudian slip. He was a mad rapist.
Yeah.
Like,
You never know, in the next part, he might be like, oh no, why is he, or he can't be allowed to be here, or to be walking around this place yet, and he's not. Of course he is. I'm not the one crazy here. Do you finally see? It is them. Father Grant, Callum Douglas, Matthew Wallace, Ewan Black, and whoever else. Murderers, rapists, liars. Okay, well.
we just kind of give him some more fuel
We're just fueling the crazy. But
yeah.
I don't think it really
So
matters
Callum-
at this point.
So
Callum Douglas
I
is the
couldn't-
police guy.
I couldn't remember what it was when I was writing up the thing, but yeah,
Mhm.
he's the shady guy that Kevin went to and said, "Hey, there's this guy living, pretending to be Matthew Wallace
Mhm.
back in Downing Street," and he didn't
Did
do
nothing.
anything.
Yep.
Uh,
I mean, yeah. I think we just continue with. He didn't seem to know much.
yeah.
Not doesn't, didn't.
Yes.
He really didn't.
You can't trust his words. You can't trust anyone in this cursed town. I agree.
I agree.
Maybe telling him we can't tell him. Which it's a bad.
That was a hiccup, Coco. Good catch. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We ask him how he is, pretty much.
Are you okay, bud?
No, but I'll do anything to see this through. You can count on me to help you any way you need to. Alright, we'll talk more about this another time.
Alright, we'll talk about more of it later. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't think.
What do you
telling
mean,
anybody to
Coco?
Calm down ever calms them down.
No.
on the record.
Me neither.
So-
I will never choose that option unless I'm
Like,
playing a bad
just
character.
It's in any case, whether you're a dude telling your lady to calm down, it's never a good idea. So don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you're like if you're a parent telling your child to calm down, or your child to tell your parent to calm down, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It always does the opposite.
Like you can do more things that are helpful than just say calm down.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's like, hey, would you like some tea or anything? Can I make us something? Like, it's like, oh, let's just take a break.
It's
real
so
quick.
true.
I'm thirsty. Like anything to diffuse that is actually capable of
Mhm.
diffusing, do it. But I guarantee you that's
not it.
Right there, not diffusing. That
So
is
true.
lighting the fuse. Very different.
Tangent.
Yeah,
A little
sorry,
bit.
Maybe it's a little close.
I'm going along with you anyways. We'll talk more about it later. Good.
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 Good. Yes. Apparently he's no Russian man. He says good. Click.
Sounds good. I expect more information next time.
Anyway, I don't know. We can take another nap. Sounds good.
We can't smoke another joint?
We can take another nap. It's good.
We could.
Maybe look more into the.
Won't hurt,
look into
yeah.
The church. Yeah.
Won't hurt.
See what's on there. Top one. That's who I want. Let's do it.
Yeah, search about the Black Kirk. Yep.
Yep, I agree.
Connecting yourself to the internet, you look for any possible information regarding St. Mary's Church, locally known as the Black Kirk. You find only 2 relevant entries. Access the Highland Council website. Access Robert Donovan's blog. What? Keep searching or I am done here. Robert Donovan's blog.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. But now I'm interested because he's got a blog.
Let's take a look. Do you like blogs, or is it just because...
No, I don't really know anything about blogs, pretty much, but it's just interesting that he has one.
You find the blog of Robert Donovan, a father of two kids in Invernock. His website is crammed with pretentious poems and pieces of writing which seem to lack talent, and there is also film and book reviews. You find a post, however, that immediately draws your attention, of April 9th, 2014. Sorry, I just have to say it my way.
That's fine.
Why my kids don't attend the church anymore. Hello,
Cults.
readers. You may recall my earlier posts on the path to atheism and why the church seems to be failing us. Karen, however, insisted that our kids were raised with Protestant values, respect, and what the bullshit not. Okay. So we, Dave and Anne Catherine, used to play with other children at the St. Mary's Church on Wednesday and Saturday mornings. Me and my wife have already watched them a couple of times from the churchyard. They do some playful activities. They are prompted to draw some biblical passages and things of the sort. Mother Alyssa, the old lady in charge of the women's group, is the person who takes care of the children. But then things changed. One day, I was sure I would find something weird in there, something to prove to my wife that the church is not what they portray us. Then I went to the classroom after the children were picked up by their parents, and we, Dave and Annie, by Karen, and I searched the classroom. Mother Alyssa was like, "We have nothing to hide, Mr. Donovan. Could you stop acting childish?"
Thank you
But
for
I
the
went home.
demon.
I then pushed a sort of cabinet
Just
they
want to
have
talk
there
to the demon.
store the children's
Thank you for that
books,
shiny
and I
monster.
found a trap door.
A trap door.
And I found it, a trap door.
It was probably just for
Done.
like music, or not music, not musicians, magicians. God dang.
Okay. You went way further away than I thought you were going when you said musicians. I thought, yeah, okay, I guess. And then you said magicians. I'm like, oh, yeah,
A trap door for a magician.
sure.
The trapdoor under the cabinet was locked as the gates to heaven, and I insisted I wanted to know what was down there. Mother Alyssa was afraid of my tone, so she called Grant, and they told me they store their equipment and tools for the routine repairs the church has to undertake, such as cracked roof tiles and electrical wiring. Well, could be, but I don't think so. Karen and I discussed this thoroughly, and we decided that since Dave and Annie were almost 5, they don't attend the church services anymore until they're older. Karen insists that there is absolutely nothing to be fearful about and that Mother Alyssa and Father Grant are great people, but I just don't know. This is the reason why my kids don't attend church anymore. A hidden trapdoor. Interesting way to just like wrap it up.
Are you expecting like torture equipment? Like, okay, whatever.
Like, do you think is this guy who was like missing or something?
I don't think so.
Robert Donovan or something? His name, right? Robert Donovan, yeah. It says right there.
Yep. Yeah, I don't.
Well, we can see, maybe we might be able to look around for him after this or something.
I mean, it's a good pull. I think it's, yeah. But no, I don't think we've heard about him before, so.
Because I just feel like if he wrote something like this and they knew about it, that they'd want to get rid of him.
True.
Thank you for the alert, Kuja. Appreciate it.
Access the Highland Council website.
Have a good lurk, by the way.
You find an alluring note published by the Highland Council at Fort William. It is dated the 28th of November, 2008. It is a very brief public statement. It relates to the hiring of an English building company from Carlisle to carry out electrical maintenance and general repairs on the back of St. Mary's Church of Invernock. It is written that the Highland Council inquired Father Grant about the reason why an English company signed the contract instead of a local one, but Grant did not answer. Just below the online statement, there's an anonymous post. Dated the 2nd of December 2008. Hi, I'm from Invernock. I want to complain about the noise. These folks working at the children do so from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Why for? If it does not stop, I will travel to Fort William to formalize my complaint. Interesting.
I'm guessing they hired an English company because they didn't want anybody nearby. Any local people working on it?
Yeah.
Anybody that knew the area or people related.
Right. Yeah, what I suspect is probably happening is they have tunnels or something creepy down in the basement.
Tunnels would make sense.
A ritual, something creepy.
Just like at Mayberry Walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Something more official for their rituals of.
It is at the church.
Terror.
So yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So do we keep searching?
Usually church has their good stuff. Yeah, I guess we could.
To see if or it'll just say there's nothing else. But let's see.
Maybe we'll get something extra to having to do with these two.
Yeah, true. You eventually end up finding a related document. It is a Bachelor of Science thesis entitled Comparative Study of Plans of Neo-Gothic Churches in Scotland. It was submitted by Amy Campbell in 2014 for the Bachelor's of Architectural Studies course. You save a file with the most relevant facts about the St. Mary's Church described in this thesis. Alright, you can access the document now on there are stats. I wonder if it'll have like a layout of the church. That might be helpful. I don't know.
Good question. Yeah, let's do it.
Otherwise, we're done here. Books and documents? I would imagine.
Read a document.
Yep.
An architectural thesis about Black Kirk. You carefully read through the thesis. These are the following excerpts, you consider relevant. The St. Mary's Church of Invernock was erected between 1902 and 1904, where the town population consisted of only a few families. Demographics do not reach 300. The architect responsible for its construction was Alban Buchanan, raised and educated in Edinburgh. We can see the influence of Edinburgh's buildings in precise details enriching the St. Mary's Church. To build the church, the money was derived from 3 different fronts. It was written that a tenth was collected from the population in the years preceding the construction of the site. Also, 2 wealthy figures established in Argyllshire. God, I hate that word. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say. Also directed funds to the church. Alistair Palmers, whose family was involved in the establishment of subsidiaries in Fort William, and Blair Lemnock, a philanthropist. Interesting. So the church and the college now have a connection.
Yeah,
correct?
just like we thought.
Some of those kids were doing some ritual crap.
Leave me alone, Cujo.
Matthew Wallace's old house, the Lomas. Interesting.
So that's pretty helpful. Little snippet of information just from that thesis.
Yeah, the little strands of webbing are connecting here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
good. It is supported by literature that the St. Mary's Church of Invernock can be included in the Gothic Revival period. Architectural examples of this movement can be seen throughout Scotland, as it was diffusely spread among the architects in the 19th century and early 20th centuries. The Abbotsford House and the Barclay Viewforth Church in Edinburgh constitute prototypical frameworks for the study of the Scottish Neo-Gothic architecture. There are also examples outside of Scotland which can serve as solid basis for the understanding of features of the Neo-Gothic. The Parliament of the United Kingdom in London and the Ottawa Parliament Hill in Canada would be cornerstones of this style.
I have not seen it.
Why is it still letting you guys redeem second? People have already redeemed second. I fixed it. Yeah, I was wondering if I was gonna ask. I was like, have you seen that?
I know of it. I'm sure I've seen it in pictures and stuff.
Pictures, sure, yeah.
Not that I support Parliament in general, personally, but
I know nothing about it, so.
It's just a sad sack of sadness when it comes to governing
I mean,
governance.
I guess I'm
As
not
most
surprised.
government.
That exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
What can I say? Yeah, it is what it is. The main physical features of the Neo-Gothic are richly portrayed on the St. Mary's Church of Invernock. The chief elements would be an emphasis on vertical aspect of vertical aspect of the building, with a tower that raises highly above the rest of the church. Blooming ornaments and a great variety of colors, vaults and arched windows, a carefully crafted asymmetry. Oh, interesting. I like that.
Hmm.
The church, due to its smaller dimensions, lacks some characteristics present in the Gothic cathedrals, such as flying buttresses and painted ceilings. Ooh.
Oh, God, that's bright. Attached are the floor plans for the St. Mary's Church of Invernock. The the nave, featuring the altar and thick stained glass windows, is depicted centrally. At the back of the church, there is a horizontal corridor with access to the back of the altar. There are three chambers accessed through this corridor: an office, a classroom, and the toilets. A back door opens to the churchyard. So far, the church had just two official restorations between 1963 and 65 and in 1998.
Interesting.
That's a pretty simple layout. So essentially, you got the main church area where everybody comes in, then you have behind the altar and three rooms. That's pretty simple.
It's an interesting little
But then you go down into the basement through the trap door.
All right. Guess that's
And that's all it
go
says.
back.
Mm-hmm. Back. All the way back.
I think we're done here.
Yeah,
Wait. Yeah, we did these two.
we did both. Yep.
All right. Let's look at the father himself.
Father Grant.
Sussy McSusserson.
Alrighty.
There's nothing particularly interesting. Okay.
Is that just because he's not particularly interesting? We can search both. Why not?
Do we want to check this stuff? Have we checked this stuff?
I don't think we have. I don't remember looking at High Tide.
I kind of remember doing it, but I thought it was with the other girl. About how it's dangerous.
I mean, there's a pamphlet on the front of the
Right.
police station. We read that for both of them. But that's it.
Well, let's take a look anyway.
You find some informative pages describing the natural occurrence. There are a few reports of fallen trees and structural damage from the strength of the waters or the stormy winds that sometimes come with it. Alright, that's not super interesting.
Nope, but I guarantee you the Lemnock College will be.
Yeah.
A
Ooh.
video tour? Oh, joy.
Wait, is there an actual video? We can get a tour of this college? That would be crazy.
Find out.
That'd be crazy. Aww.
Aw. We're both like, this would be sick. I don't have to make any videos for this thing.
Dang. That would be really cool, though. Alright. You want to read this or me?
Yeah, I got it. You check the promotional video. The Blair Lemnock College is a modern educational institution born as a brilliant idea, a male narrator says, while aerial shots of the institution are portrayed. It is designed to fit the requirements of Scotland joining the 21st century, accommodating well-equipped classrooms, dedicated staff, and cutting-edge learning material. The video then shifts to the shots of the Seanlock and Invernock. The college is located in the peaceful town of Invernock, a half an hour drive from Fort William. Gifted with a stunning view of the Seanlock, one of the many natural Scottish beauties, Invernock is the ideal place of study for many of its courses, like marine science and marine engineering. Then a man in a well-tailored suit appears in front of the college's facade, and his voice replaces the narrator's. He wears glasses, has short brown hair, and a convincing expression. His accent hints to his Scottish origin, although it reminds you mostly of a Londoners. Hi, my name is David Lennox, grandson of Blair Lemnock. and I am the founder of the Blair Lemnock College. I believe in the capacity of Scottish people to distinguish themselves in a competitive world we live in, and I believe in the natural power of our lands to provide us with energy, resources, and scientific research. It is a pleasure to see this project becoming a reality, and I believe that the whole United Kingdom will be proud of the little but unique Invernock. The video ends with the logo of the college.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then.
Uh,
I guess.
why not just go through all of them?
Let's just go through them, yeah.
I am interested in courses because, well, there is marine engineering. Okay. Only because of that. That's the only reason I was interested in it.
True story, eh? Do you want to read this, or?
Oh, yeah, sorry. The list of available courses is shown. If you click on any of them, it will appear a brief description of what the course is about and the curricular content. Nothing amiss, though. They've got marine science, both a bachelor's and master's. They got marine engineering. They've got engineering systems, nautical science, computer science, and computing, which is different. I don't know what HND is. But all of these courses became available at earliest 2011, and some of them computing related in 2013. So they have not been around very long, but then again, neither has the college.
It's true. It's true.
It did not exist for Emma.
5 years after Emma left. Left.
She didn't leave, apparently.
That's right. She didn't leave, apparently.
Study with us.
Very clearly nearby.
Oh, wait. Do we need to somehow sign up or something? Or try to find some access into the college, I wonder?
That's a great idea, actually. Like a new student ID or something.
Yeah.
I like it. Or at least it'd give us maybe a visitor's pass.
Maybe. Yeah. Where's the visitor's pass?
That's right. Break in. I mean, we need a temporary look around of the non-shady type of looking. There are bullets pointing. There are bullet points. Thank you. Sorry, I just automatically thought it was bullets.
There are bullets.
Bullet points stating reasons why a potential student should apply for the Blair Lemnock College. A picturesque, unique town in Fort William, cutting-edge material including textbooks, tablets, and laptops. Expert staff with PhD in their respective areas. A range of degrees from higher national diploma. That's what HND means. Higher national diploma. To Master of Science. So obviously it's like it's just a diploma rather than an actual master's or opportunity to develop your own research. Oh my. Speaking of research.
The Blair Lemnock College acknowledges that good quality research is the cornerstone of an educational institution. Staff at our college is well prepared to guide students in a world-class research environment. We provide replacements in a wide array of topics from submarine drilling to ship design and engineering. Check out the topics our students... Can you not? Sorry, my dog was about to lean against my screen. Check out the topics our students seek the most. Coastal engineering, as Invernock is a site for the unique high tide. When the ocean meets the Shanlock, we have privilege to locally test and develop techniques to improve construction near the coast. Tidal power. Scotland is at the forefront of the use of tidal power, and our research contemplates this scenario. Fluid mechanics students wishing to carry out their research in physics and basic science will also be supported at the Blair Lemnock College. Submarine drilling. What geological intricacies does a loch hide under its waters? We have already performed exciting research consisting of drilling the Shanlock's floor, and such project is being internationally praised. You look like you're a little interested in the fact of what they're doing to this loch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, generally, it's a little odd to be drilling
into
a Shanlock's floor, unless you're expecting to find oil or something. In which case, like I don't know. Like to me, are you looking for a geological sample?
What if there is a undiscovered midnight zone of the Shanlock? That sounds terrifying.
Maybe they want to make a midnight zone for themselves.
Ecological impacts of the fishing industry. The fishing industry has always been a significant economic activity in the United Kingdom, but what are its long-term dangers? Loch preservation. Lochs are natural jewels of Scotland, shaping our landscapes beautifully. Here at Blair Lemnock College, we research methods for preserving and protecting our lochs. Anyways, this whole college seems like a setup for being allowed to do stuff in the loch and not be suspicious.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Also, Coco, thank you
Okay,
for
last
the
one.
pub
We did-
alert.
we did
Now there's
meet a
this
couple
girly
of the
here.
staff members here. Oh, that's not much. There's a list of the current staff of the Blair Lemnock College. Names, pictures, and basic information. Among them is Rector Brian Gyllenhaal. Oh, Jake's brother. Jake's brother. I don't know. Sibling? I don't know. Professor Lionel McCoy and Professor Teresa Dunbar, who we talked to. I probably made her a little bit more pretty than she needed to be, but again,
apparently that's what they want.
Everybody wants a pretty face on their brochure, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
And that's all?
Leave the website. I guess so.
Well, darn. No visitor pass for us.
Yeah, I was that would have been really smart, actually.
That's a shame.
Well, that's the internet.
Can I do a quick BRB to feed my dogs? Because I think that's what they're yelling at me for.
I was just noticing, and I figured I'm going to take a break as well, so
yep.
No problem. And now, just to prove that it's a different... I got my shirt that I forgot to put on, apparently, because I wanted something that wasn't black, that was making me mold into the background, so I look like a floating head. So.
Gotcha. You hit record, right?
Yes, it's recording now. Hi, future me, who's going to look at this versus the other footage, and then I'm going to be like, and you'll be like, and that'll be fun. Yeah. Anyway, it's good.
Dang, that sucks.
We'll know. We'll all know.
Yeah.
We'll know what went down. So cool. Anyway,
to move on from this,
yes,
we can wander around town and think about what to do next. Those were our next two, options that we haven't done yet.
Personally, not a great idea to just walk around after having murdered somebody, in my view.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, maybe so.
But I mean, it doesn't establish an alibi. I mean, it doesn't really establish lack of guilt. So
yeah.
So think about what to do next, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's most useful for us. How do we move on? So you can only estimate how much Father Grant and his friends, since he's surely not working alone, know about your actions. You haven't been in town for too long, but if they are as dangerous as they seem, you might not want to be around any longer than you have to. Nonetheless, there's still a case to solve, and Father Grant is your best lead. You consider that all of the possible leads that could provide you with the information on what is happening in Invernock, attending a preaching would star in the VIP list. You might get information, see Father Grant for yourself, and get to know about the Kirk's interior to break in the place at night if you want. I will go now. Even if they know about me, they won't do anything in public, I hope. The police may be investigating the Downing Street shootings. I must investigate while I can. Don't want to expose myself. There must be some other way. No way, it's too risky. I mean, we don't really have to learn about the inside of the church because we already know about it, but...
That's a good point.
But I do feel like we need to go to see the church functioning. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of how much these people would know about us now.
Yeah.
At the best case scenario is they know about our normal identity as Amelia because of the Blair Lemnock College being connected to the church.
Yeah.
And we did ask a bunch of questions, and we were seen there, likely with security footage. And we were using our regular identity. I don't see anything that we did connecting us very quickly anyway, if at all, with Ewan or whatever, his death. there's going to be evidence, and they could probably piece it together, but we didn't.
Right.
Again, it depends, right? I mean, there's probably fingerprints on the doorknob if we didn't wear gloves. There's a bunch of stuff that they could eventually get us.
There's also only so many, like they're gonna suspect out of towners or outsiders in general. There's only so many, probably.
Right. But we did we did go to the police and talk to, what's his name? Brown? Officer Brown?
Yeah. Andy, or whatever.
Andy, that's right. Yeah. So whether or not he's involved, we've been there. And so some antenna are probably up for that.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know our real name. He thinks we're River Waters. So, which doesn't do much necessarily. I mean, again, aliases are aliases. They're not really. They're cool. They're basically code names. They might as well, I'm the Zelazel. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. If you really wanted to know, you'd find out my real name, kind of thing, right? So,
yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I don't know where it says the police may be investigating the Downing Street shootings. I must investigate while I can. I don't know. I imagine she's still talking about going to the church, not going back to Downing Street, right?
Yes, I think so as well.
Well, I think I want my answer to be, even if they know about me, they won't do anything in public, I hope.
Yeah, I think that's the most reasonable one.
Shows her thought process.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's do that one. I think that makes sense.
Oh, you're almost late to the... Oh, sorry.
It's all good. You're almost late to this session by the time you face the neo-Gothic facade of the building. Its wooden doors are flung open. Inside, you can see rows of people sitting quietly, while the loud, deep voice of the minister undulates. Would it be? Is ululate a word? I've never heard that. I've never heard that word before. So if it is, this guy has a very interesting vocabulary, whoever's writing it. So, intense accusatory tones enter the Black Kirk.
Finally.
Yeah.
Through the majestically ominous entrance doors, you reach the crowded space within. There seems to be 15 or so rows of seats, the majority of them occupied by townspeople who lower their heads in submission. God watches over us with invisible eyes. Father Grant, a short, clean-shaven figure, preaches. He has the rhetoric of a long-standing politician. And thus he guides us with invisible words. He touches us with invisible hands. He whispers to us the guidance of the eternal knowledge that knows no evil. We, his humble servants, should not question the thoughts that God places inside of our heads. For these thoughts, the purest of thoughts, are the thoughts of goodness and salvation. Dang, he's good. Such bullshit. Does anyone here believe this? Really believe this guy? Amen. Amen.
She just suddenly found religion in the first two sentences.
Right? I almost want to say the first one, but that's only because I know that from seeing Emma's POV that the dude, whatever not good being, talks in your head. So he's trying to say, like, I feel like he's trying to convince people that they should listen to those thoughts and slowly brainwash people.
Yeah.
But Amelia doesn't know that.
Right.
So I don't know if I would say, dang, he's good.
I think she's biased probably at this point. And any connection to the guy that she murdered, she probably thinks pretty lowly about him.
Yeah.
And so either such bullshit or does anybody really believe this guy is kind of what I think she would say.
Yeah, probably the second one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so too. Bull chips. The words of Father Grant wandering inside your head, you find yourself an empty spot. It is on the bench, which is nearest to the entrance doors. Considering you are here to analyze the situation and gather what you can on the workings behind the Black Kirk, you decide to sit there. Focus your attention on Father Grant, survey the congregation, pay attention to the Kirk's entrance.
Attention to the Kirk's entrance. The entrance?
Like where you just came in?
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I want to look at everybody else so I'm aware of like who's here maybe.
How many congregants are there, and how many of that congregation are cultists is what my curiosity comes to.
Yeah.
So
How many of them are just like normal people that, or so far?
yeah. Let's take a look.
How many children are there?
Right?
Survey the townspeople around yourself. The few people who dare not to face Father Grant attentively look down to the ground, as if stricken by a crippling sadness. The atmosphere inside the kirk is as tense as it could be, as if the vague words of Father Grant were vibrating inside the mind of each of the attendants. You eventually notice the sounds of footsteps approaching yourself, dispersing your thoughts from the crowd. Million Munn sits by your side. Her bitter perfume and the lack of greeting set the tone for a silent conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She remains looking at Father Grant for quite a while before addressing you. Saw yourself coming from across the street. Just came here to say hi, she states in an enigmatic tone. She whispers, her face directed towards Father Grant. You did the number on my car, you know. You fucked up while chasing Kevin. He bottled it, but I never imagined something like that could happen. Well, so we whacked her car. That was her car he was driving into us. And yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry, I'll pay for the fixing. Collateral damage. I'm sure you have insurance. You shouldn't be borrowing your car to anybody. You couldn't have talked to me just because of that. I don't think she's looking for us to pay for it. I think.
Don't have a clue, to be honest. This is the green-haired chick with the green eyes.
Yeah, who told us where to find Kevin at.
Yeah. What was
I kind of feel like she would say the second one. What?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's like, I kind of feel our character, like, what would she say? She would probably be like,
you sent us there.
Yep.
Kind
yeah,
of. Well,
I just feel like that's the only one that she would really
Collateral
say.
damage. I'm sure you have insurance.
Like, she just does not give a fuck. You're a walking laughing stock, but you're actually right. Doesn't help that I have to convince them it was me driving, and that I don't know what happened exactly, but that's what I pay them for. What do you want? Never took you for a Christian. We shouldn't be talking here. I have no interest in talking with you. First one's probably the most... I'm actually genuinely curious if she knows what happened to Kevin after we left.
Yeah, I want to know what she wants.
So, yeah, let's just go straight to the... We're a no-nonsense kind of gal, so...
Yeah. What do you want?
There's a... Have you... Sorry, go ahead.
No, what?
I was just going to ask, it is a tangent, sorry. Have you watched the Jack Reacher TV series on Prime Video at all?
Is that
He's the big hulking dude that's like ridiculously tall, but
Jack
he's like a
Is that the one played by Zach Krasinski or John?
No,
Krasinski?
that's Jack Ryan. That's Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. Okay, Jack Reacher.
So,
I was like,
Reacher,
I was like, that sounds familiar. I know the Jack Reacher too. I think I've seen part of it. Because yeah. I don't know if it's the series though that I've seen.
There is one with Tom Cruise who plays Jack Reacher, but right. Tom Cruise, for whatever reason, they chose Tom Cruise. Like, Jack Reacher is written to be like 6'5" or something like that.
Yeah,
so
that's not Tom Cruise.
Why they chose Tom Cruise for it? He doesn't do a bad job, and I think he's interesting, but he's not really believable in anyway, the Reacher series is really good, for the record. But there's in the first season, there's this blonde lady cop who is she's a very cool character, very interesting. But she asks him if he wants coffee, and she goes, "I assumed you liked it black." And she's like, "Well, why would you say that?" He's like, well, you seem like a no-nonsense kind of guy. And, cream and sugar, that's all nonsense. And so that's what I think of her for this type of person, is like, she's got that same kind of no-nonsense attitude. So anyway, you have to see it. It's a good time.
Alrighty, that's such a tangent for sure.
It is a tangent. Yeah. It's a tangent.
That little thing made you think, yeah.
That's the way my mind works.
Okay. Anyways, she says, at first I wanted a pony, but since I know very well I won't be getting one, I can satisfy myself by talking to you, sharing information. We have subjects of mutual information, like him. She eyes Father Grant, whose thundering voice drowns her. All right.
Okay.
These are all our other options. We shouldn't be talking here, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't think she's talking to us that she's here because she's a Christian.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. She seems to have noticed it too. People are eyeing you both, a contained anger in her watchful eyes. It seems you are the weird ones of the flock, and your voices, while not exactly raised, are baits for unwanted attention. People are starting to get bothered by it. You're actually right. Meet me at my home tonight. Carl and I can handle the pub for a while. You and I need to talk. High Street 13. That's the place. Okay. See you there.
Yeah. See you there, I guess.
I don't get the sense of being a trap, so...
Or like, what's it going to help saying, this better not be a trap? How's that going to help?
Okay, yeah. See you there.
She blinks playfully at you, gets up, and walks out of the kirk. You get the sense that Father Grant was looking directly at her back when she did that. Oh. Do we want to stay for the rest of the sermon so that we don't get singled out? That's the only reason I think we would stay.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. I don't know of the consequences one way or the other. I feel like there's going to be consequences one way or the other. Leaving puts a spotlight on us, like suspicion. And staying allows people to catch up with us. And I don't think we'll probably get anything actually out of the sermon itself. So I'm paranoid. I don't know what to do. You choose.
I feel like we should stay. That's just how I feel.
Okay, let's do it. I'm fine with either, frankly.
Okay. Just me?
I believe so.
We stay for the rest of the sermon, and Father Grant continues with his preaching. After another 10 minutes of religious words, the final rites occur, and the piano tunes announce the ending of the Mass. Immediately, though, a woman is called to the altar. You recognize her as Teresa Dunbar. Father Grant positions himself at the back, watching everything with sharp eyes. Teresa seems to be prepared to this speech, and talks on a microphone offered by Grant. Good evening, everyone. My name is Teresa Dunbar. I'm the head of the Institute of Marine Science and Engineering at Glenmore College. I've been asked to come here and provide you all with some information regarding the upcoming high tide. There is no chattering. People remain watchfully silent. Most of you have been residents of Invernock for years and are already familiar with other instances of this natural event, but some new people are living here, and this year in particular, we have predictions that the apex of the high tide will be greater than ever. It is quite possible that the entirety of Earl Street will be submerged along with parts of High Street. So you should avoid this particular part of town and stay indoors if possible. Especially because the rest of the weather won't help either. There's a huge chance that the storm will come along with the tide. If you live in an area of risk, the Blair Lamont College will open its doors to anybody who wants to stay there safely. It shouldn't last more than a couple of days, but Rector Gyllenhaal has personally guaranteed me that there will be enough room and provisions for everyone to everyone, even if the worst comes to pass and we all spend an entire week stranded. So that's all. If you have any questions, please feel free to check the Lemnock College website. We have more information about that. Teresa walks off the altar while everyone stands up to leave the kirk. All right. Do we leave or wait for Teresa outside out of view? Do we want to talk to Teresa?
I mean, she's the lady who knew, about Matthew and Joanne, and she was the one who gave us the lead to Kevin, but is there any reason to keep her appraised? We didn't really...
I don't know if we maybe form a relationship with her, like, oh, we both go to this church, or we both enjoyed the church service, and maybe she'll tell us more.
Might get some information out of her. We could try.
If we see her outside of the college that we don't attend.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look. You wait a long time for Teresa, hiding around the corner of the Sweet Revenge across the street. She comes out of the Black Kirk and stands there for a few minutes, talking with some of the folk. Then she crosses the road towards what probably is the place her car is parked. You manage to reach her before that. Hello, Teresa. We meet again. Nice speech. Hola, chica. Hola, chica. Yeah, that's weird.
It's so random.
How about just hello?
Yeah, hello, Teresa. Yeah. I'm going to imagine it doesn't sound like hello, Teresa.
Hello, Teresa. Hello, Clarice. Just all of a sudden you got Hannibal Lecter going.
Oh, is that what that was a reference to?
That was what it was, anyway.
She's startled for a second, and then she recognizes you and eases herself just a bit. Well, that's good. Oh, I thought I had seen you there. Amelia, isn't it? How is your investigation going? Still haven't found Matthew. Matthew. Talked to Kevin. He didn't know much. I have reasons to believe Father Grant might be involved. What were you doing today in Kirk? I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw.
We kind of just know, yeah.
You could leave, but I still haven't found Matthew, I suppose.
I guess.
Or
Kevin.
I talked to Kevin. We can always just say that as well. Talk to Kevin.
Yeah.
Didn't give me anything.
Let's do the Kevin one, just because it's more, at least giving her something, maybe.
Yeah. Like, obvious.
Maybe it gets Kevin killed. Who knows? I feel bad for Kevin for some reason. I don't know. He didn't run.
We just said he doesn't know much.
Yeah.
We're going to say he doesn't know much.
Yeah, he don't know much.
That's sad, but understandable. This is stuff from ages ago. All right. Say the first one. It doesn't hurt. I'm not worried about saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Sorry to hear that. Since we spoke, I have thought a lot about him, but nothing new came up.
I'm scared to say that he was involved. I feel like we should get a feel on her, ask what she was doing today.
Yeah, let's just do that.
If she's like, oh, I'm there every week.
Yeah, exactly. Then, get it. Like, what's her regular attendance? Kind of like.
Yeah. Weren't you there? I was giving out information as instructed by Mr. Gyllenhaal. People around Invernock are used to the period of the high tides, but this time we have reason to believe it will be on a larger scale than anything we've seen before. So we were taking turns and giving these wee lectures at the Blackkirk, at community centres and the college. Myself and a couple of other teachers. You're not from around here, right? You should inform yourself about it. Look it up on the college's webpage. We've already done that. Okay, we can't not say Father Grant might be involved, so let's just gung-ho.
Yep, let's just put ourselves in that boat, I guess. Oh, I think you should look this through carefully before saying things like that. Father Grant is a pillar of this community. I'm not a religious person myself, but many of the folks here in Invernock are. Teresa looks over her shoulder while trying to hide a complicated countenance of indecision and insecurity. I'm sorry, but I really should be going. I have a lot of tests to read, she says, and quickly moves towards her vehicle. You look at your Vohal Corsa and decide on what to do next.
She definitely doesn't not know anything.
That's correct. She, at the very least, knows that people are sus.
She's not a not knower. She's a somewhat knower.
That's right. She's a knower of she's a knower of knowings.
Yeah.
I should go to Amelia's house. I should stay for a while, checking the surroundings of the Kirk. I should wait until late at night and find a way to get inside the Kirk. We should
go to Amelia's house first.
Yeah, let's. I think at the very least we should. I'm not too worried about checking the surroundings. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
People are there. Why would you check? I don't know. We looked inside. That was what I figured we needed. To Amelia's house we go.
High Street is located in the northwest part of Invernock, and you eventually head there. You pass by the house where the MacLeods once lived, a new family now living there. After turning around the corner, you find High Street 13. It is a 2-story house with a well-kept garden populated by artificial flowers. Amelia sees you from the kitchen window and moves to greet you at the entrance. "Took you long enough," she says, opening the door and inviting you in. "Still not sure if coming here was a good idea at all. I'm a busy woman, or let's get this over with." I think she'd say I'm a very busy woman.
Yeah. I'm busy. I don't come when I'm called. I come when I want to.
That's right.
You find yourself in the living room. There's a cozy armchair next to a large couch. The floor is covered with a carpet full of geometric patterns in red, black, and white. Minimalistic. The walls are adorned with abstract, multicolored paintings as if Picasso was on drugs. Right. So, can I fetch anything to drink? I have some wine. Good stuff, too. Not that grape crap students order at the pub. I don't drink, sure. I didn't come here to socialize.
I think I didn't come here to socialize.
Yeah, I think she'd be a little curt.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure you're capable of that, but I have good manners. Please sit down. I'll be back in a second, she says and goes to the kitchen. Soon she comes back with a glass of wine just for her. "So, you're new in town, and you've been making quite the fuss. You went places and asked a lot of questions. You even came into my pub, and I have to admit, you didn't cause a good first impression." She takes a sip of her glass. "I want to know exactly what is going on, and I want to know how I can help you." "Oh, it all started with the death of a man named William. Tell her everything we found, or there might be a conspiracy in Invernock involving Father Grant. Tell her just enough. Or ask, why do you care so much?" I feel like we can ask, why do you care so much first.
I agree. Yeah, let's be a little cautious here. Just because I'm now not sure about this girl.
Yeah, I mean, like, why is she so invested? If we didn't give her a good impression, why?
There is something wrong with this town. I mean, really? Oh, wait, she wasn't Irish, actually. Scottish. She was a London accent, right? There is something wrong with this town. I mean, really wrong. Besides all this farmhand mentality bullshit. I've known it since I came here with my mom and dad. Call it curiosity if you want, but this is my home now, and I want it to become a better place, or at least as good as it can be. Her glass is empty by the time you finish. Her eyes are already reflecting the light more than they should, and she starts tapping her feet tirelessly on the floor. Fucking unbelievable. This is what she manages to say. Who do you think is behind this?
I don't know yet. Some cult. Whatever it is, religiously motivated. Ooh.
How much are they paying you to spy on me? How much are they paying you to spy on me? We could say it jokingly.
Jokingly, and watch her reaction.
Yeah, just to see what. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
How much are they paying you? She finds it
funny.
Good.
"Oh, come on. I will be the last person Father Grant would want to side with."
That's what makes it work.
I don't know, because that other guy wasn't very holy if you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they asked him, so.
Batting her eyes at him. I mean, it would be a good cover. It is a good joke. I do think it's like, that's what makes it work.
Yeah. It's still, I think, find a joke like that if we're still joking. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably what's
If
going to
she
happen.
found that funny,
Right.
then she won't mind this part.
That's right. And it might actually give her, it's like, maybe you're actually concerned, and therefore I'll open up and say, this is what my past with Father so-and-so or with the town has been. And so at least we get a little information from her.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Hopefully.
You've got a point there. Touche, she says, smiling. Okay, what's your story? What's with that name? What's the name of your pub? Now, how is Kevin? Do you have any information for me? I need to break into the Black Kirk. I should leave. Let's try.
Most of that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, let's try. let's start with a story anyway.
What's your story?
Story.
She forces her accent to a stereotyped Cockney, which I understand is some kind of
So I was a little twist and twirl down in East London, yeah, something like that.
You go ahead, because I don't know. I can do that.
I can't do a female version of that. It's like,
oh, that's fine.
So I was a little twist and twirl born in East London, you know. She giggles to herself and assumes her normal tone. Anyway, you go ahead.
This girl's folks brought her to an isolated village. At the edge of civilization called Invernock in bloody Scotland. Girl hated it. Girl cried. Girl asked why and got no answers, and just got used to it. Girl eventually bought a pub and settled down. End of story. Fair enough.
What's with the?
She.
What was the name of her pub again? It was
Sweet Revenge.
Yeah.
I wonder, if that has to do with the fact that she was made to live here in what seems like a religious town, and so she opens a pub. I don't know, maybe.
Let's take a look.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh.
So, the thing is, the pub was called the Husband's Retreat, and it was owned by some prick who got it from some other prick. A bloody lineage of pricks we've got here. It was the small town routine, you bet. Folks marry, regret being married, blame their wives for their own shitty lives, and try to find a grave where they can be arseholes without anyone else giving a flying fuck. She sighs. I didn't know it, though, the first time I went there, the Husband's Retreat. Just wanted to have a pint for a change, though I knew that only old mummies went to the place. But thing is, I wanted a bloody pint. I believe everyone has the right to have it when they want it. But oh, poor Amelia, I was in the wrong place. Creepy old Gramps got too drunk to give a fuck, eyeing me as if I was an intruder in their own personal haven. Not at first, of course. They all started pretending to be kind, trying to make you smile to them, trying to seduce you in any way they can see fit. The new girl in town bullshit. But when you refuse them, they start to get mental. I hate it too. What did you expect? You're far from London here. Can you keep it short? I was asking a question, not asking to read your Tumblr. Please continue.
Maybe just please continue.
Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, please continue.
She glances out of the window enigmatically before continuing her tale. Long story short, I got really angry with the situation. Especially with the way they treated people like Kevin too. He noticed I wasn't liking the kind of attention I was getting in that barn. And he came to talk to me. Introduced himself and he was really nice. Then some bugger said, "You have nothing to worry from this one, lassie. He's a poof. Ah.
Poof.
As if it was any of his goddamn business. The only good thing that came from that night was the fact that I met Kevin and we got along well. So one day, years later, my patience for the small town mentality already long gone, I saw the opportunity to start a business as well as get some revenge on the place itself, and I took it. Not on the place itself, but on this perpetuation of ignorance we have in towns like Invernock, to refuse globalization, modernization, and yeah, that's it. That's why the place got a cheesy name like Street Revenge. Well, one of the reasons at least, I bought it and made it my own place where people can be whoever they want to be, and no one gives a shit about your business.
Where the old guys went must have cost him a lot of money. Talk about something else. It's a good question. Where is the
Yeah, where all
dive
the
bar
old
now?
guys. Yep.
Where's the dive pub? That's the best part. They can't stand the new pub I made. Too noisy, flashing lights, bands playing. We even had German bands twice there. Yeah, European foreigners in Invernock. To this day, I don't think they've found another grave for themselves. Must have cost a lot of money. Talk about something else. That's a good point. Should we ask how much it cost?
I'm not really interested, I don't think.
Okay, just checking. How is Kevin? I
How is
actually want to
Kevin?
know
Yeah.
this.
Is he alive? Kevin's just fine. He's still worried and afraid, but I think he likes the idea of someone like you trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this town. Fair enough. Cool. Kevin's cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you
Cool.
have any information for me? I need to break in the Black Kirk. I don't know if she needs to know that.
No, let's just we'll ask this one first. So
Okay.
far I'm relatively comfortable with her. She hasn't said anything
Mm-hmm.
out of turn, so
Yeah.
and I like her explanation of why she said go F yourself to the status quo, so
Yeah. Yeah, it all makes sense enough for me.
This might be bollocks, but 4 or 5 weeks back, a Wednesday night, I think, I saw a car parking in the front of the Black Kirk. Late at night. Pub was closed, but I was still inside, lights off, and about to leave. It was about 4 a.m., I think, and I was just rechecking the bills of my previous months with a bottle or two of wine, if you're suspecting I was doing some satanic ritual or whatever. Anyways, the weird matter is that 4 bulky chaps left the car at the same time, and Father Grant was with them. They all went inside the kirk. Interesting. What can you tell me about the car? Or did you recognize any of them? Or did you see when they left? Did the security guy at the kirk see them? Talk about something else.
Did you recognize any of them, and did you see when they left? Or my priority questions, I think.
Yeah, let's do recognize them first. I bet you not bet, but I'm curious if one of the guy in the car with the dreads was among them. We didn't really see too much of a bulkiness about him, but
yeah. Bloody didn't. They seemed not to be from around these parts. Might just be a blind guess, though. Right? Did you see when they left? How long were they there for?
No, I was tired. I was too tired. I didn't give it much thought at the time. Just hit home soon after. Can you tell me about the car?
Did you tell us anything?
Literally, just give us something. Oh, that was the same guy. That was the thing, right?
I think so.
Take your turn.
It was a black Octavia. Couldn't see its license plate. Didn't even think about it at the time. And I guess, yeah, sure. The security guy see him?
Yes, actually, this is a bit weird. He didn't speak up. He didn't speak anything at all to them, just opened the door. When I left, he didn't speak to me either. Not that he usually does. He could see me from across the street, but he didn't wave, nod, or smile like he used to do. He just stood there, staring at nothing. It was just this time. Every other night he seemed normal. It gave me the creeps.
Wonder if he had... he's probably... Either he's very used to this or he was being brainwashed at that point. Like, he knows that he's supposed to let them in, not ask any questions.
Yeah. it's something like they're flipping a switch or something, or they're using mind control or something. Yeah. I don't mind telling her.
Oh, really?
But
Well, if we don't think she's bad, I mean, she might know some useful stuff or be helpful because she's got the pub right across. Or
yeah,
not
and
right across, but like
she might not only know more information, she might be willing to participate in, like, having a kerfuffle at the bar, or making a
that's
distraction or
a
something.
distraction of some sort. Yeah.
Who knows? Let's see. So far, I think we need to trust somebody at some point here. Worst case scenario, we have a
you're
couple
right.
more bullets left, but I'm just kidding.
Well, and Kevin seems pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like the two of them, I'm like, I think that they're safe.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So let's give it a shot.
Just, at first, she hesitates at your words, but then she becomes deadly serious. I might be able to help you with that. I know the chap who does the night shift there, Mr. Robertson. I think his name's Stephen, father of two farmer. I might be able to distract him for you, at least for a while. All right. How will you distract him? Do we want to ask why she would help us? Oh, actually, and is he the only guard there? Like, that's a lot of several good questions here.
Definitely getting a distraction is kind of what my thoughts were. It was like, if she did want to participate. So, but like, is he like, getting more information is good. So I think this would probably be the priority. Or we need to think this through.
Yeah, well, let's ask. I think we ask, is he the only guard there first?
Yeah, let's do that first. As far as I got, yes. It could be someone else there, but I doubt it. We could ask to start with, why would you help me?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm good with a lot of these questions. I'm, I wonder.
I'm an investigator. What do you want?
Gee, you're full of questions, aren't you? Well, as I've said, between what you've told me and what Kevin told me and what I saw myself, I know a lot of what has been going on already, and I surely don't like it. I want what's best for this town, to make a change. I don't know, to influence these people positively. And if I can manage to make life for Grant worse along the way, well, that's a plus.
Okay. Let's do what we need to think this through. Or maybe, how do you know him? That's actually not a bad idea.
Sure.
There's got to be a reason she's got such a... Wasn't he actually wasn't he the guy that did the nasty with some people? With Ewan?
Really?
I thought that's what Buddy said. Maybe not. But let's ask. Come on, we are both working the night shift on the same street almost every day of our lives for the past few years. He sometimes comes around for a drink. We smoke a cig together by the sidewalk, things like that. Nice chap. Oh, sorry. The guard that's who she's talking about. Sorry, I thought she was talking about Grant. I was confused. That's my bad.
Oh, you're talking about... You thought she was talking about Grant. No, yeah.
Yeah. Even working for a piss pot like Grant. Okay. Fair enough.
We could ask, how would she distract him? Or we can say we need to think this through. Either one.
I feel like...
want to say...
Just to, think it through is... No.
Oh. No. Well, shoot. You and Amelia we're Amelia. Start laying out a plan in order to infiltrate the Black Kirk.
Double the
really
Amelia, half the risk.
Double trouble, half the risk. Seems really excited about being part of the investigation and gives you some helpful insights on the basic architecture of the place and its surroundings. After having more or less decided how to do it, you both go to the Street Revenge. You park a car a few streets away, and she goes inside the pub while you hide yourself around. It is time.
Okay. I guess we just jumped the gun a bit, but okay, that's fine. I don't think it was anything too dire that I needed anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You follow the somber silhouette of the Black Kirk, the unique building that stands out both in size and mood. No other site in Invernock is at the same time powerful and unnerving as the St. Mary's Church. You take a deep breath and stay focused. There is no time to hesitate. Look up, inspect the front doors, survey the area encircling the church, investigate the back of the church, set a way in.
Survey?
Sure.
Look up is interesting.
Yeah. There's demons in the steeples. I don't know. I think we just let's just survey the area. Let's take a look. Take a little walk around here.
You contour the Black Kirk, paying attention to its windows framed by pointed arches. These windows are vividly colored and seem to be quite fragile. That's not what I'm interested in.
Let's look up just because we can.
Yeah, sure.
You direct your gaze upwards, and stony figures protrude from the wall to guard the church with watchful eyes. The gargoyles.
She did note the gargoyles.
Someone could find them frightening, especially during the night. Someone, but not us. We are mature, and they are just statues.
Yeah.
Fine pieces of masonry. It is strange. Maybe it is a sign or a symbol. What would you say?
I think they're just statues.
They're just
That's pretty
statues.
normal for Gothic architecture.
Exactly. It's actually not that normal for neo-Gothic architecture.
That's true, I guess, yeah.
Still, nevertheless.
Right,
At least
like you
I don't
expect it out
think
of
so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for an old castle, yeah,
Right.
but for a, like, neo-Gothic, meaning basically just, like, Gothic architecture inspired almost.
Right, exactly.
Really.
It's taking it's taking the architectural design of the Gothic era, but
And making it fit modern.
sensibilities.
Yeah, that's a good word.
And therefore gargoyles tend to be
gargoyles.
not a big, I actually really hope that the architecture comes back with that kind of thing, or something close to that. Not necessarily the gargoyle thing, but having sculptures and figures in the actual archotecture. I really like that stuff. I think it's really neat, and we just kind of dismiss it nowadays.
Oh,
It's
I
weird.
like Gothic, Victorian, whatever, like kind of architecture that has a lot of detail and character to it.
That too.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, tangent.
Anyway. All right.
They seem to be just that. You shouldn't concern with them. All right.
I'm afraid to walk up to the front doors. Do we look at the back of the church?
Sure. Let's just see. Let's just take a look around. Let's do it all.
Mm-hmm. You walk to the back of the Black Kirk to find yourself in a well-kept churchyard. A tall brick wall sets these grounds apart from the row of flats to the back street. There is nothing peculiar about the grass or the trees, and they seemingly dance in the night of wind. Next to a small pointed window the curtains draw, you also find the back door to the church. It is rectangular, sturdy wooden door with a heavy padlock. The lock seems to be undisturbed, and there are no signs of forced entry whatsoever. Also, on the back of the church, there is another window leading to what you visualize as an office of sorts. There are no curtains drawn. You do not find any signs of cameras surveying the place either. I will be right back.
No worries. We're gonna go inspect the front doors in any way.
No!
You do your thing. Now listen.
All right, Ambeck.
And back
I guess it's time to break in.
is good. You approach the massive wooden doors to the Black Kirk. Engraved on each, a carefully crafted adornment that resembles a tree with many branches. No sounds are coming from the interior, and the heavy padlock seems to be intact. Set away in. Let's go.
Set away in. Start to analyze the information you have on the structural aspects of the Black Kirk. Through which way do you consider breaking in? The front door, the back door, or a window? Is there really going to be a window?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea personally.
Yeah.
But
Like, someone breaking in would normally think, oh yeah, the window. So they wouldn't expect the door.
and we have the ability to actually break into things, like we
Yeah,
can pick
so-
lock and everything. So
Right.
a window is probably more, it's going to be louder, it's going to be more
Yeah,
unpredictable.
if they expect us to break it, yeah.
Yeah. So unless you know the exact layout of the room you're breaking into through a window, it tends to be far more dangerous and far more loud
Yeah.
and potential for just randomness.
Do we want to look at the map again real quick to see where the back door would lead us to?
Yeah,
Would lead us to
let's
the area
took-
behind the altar.
Took a look here. We did. It was in books and documents, right?
Yeah, document. Keep. Skip.
Uh,
Oh yeah, the bright blinding light.
so I'm going
it
to assume
looks
at the
like-
north there.
Oh. Oh no.
I would
Maybe-
assume it's this one of these two doors, or maybe the back center door. You can't see where my mouse is, but so in the furthest north, there's two doors, and then on the northeast side of the back building, or like a room building, the center building, looks like there might be a door there as well. No, that's not a door, is it?
Some of these are definitely windows.
Oh, those are windows. Okay,
can't-
yeah, you're right.
Because, like, obviously all the ones lining the big hall are...
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
windows. You're right. So then, then it would just be basically to the side of the altar.
Does it say it in the... Oh, that looks... Yeah, that kind of looks like that's a door there. Does it say
Yeah.
it in the explanation at all? Like in words? A back door opens to the churchyard. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, that seems like the most likely. Because if there's, so here's what I'm thinking is the reason why the back door is the best idea
Well, I think so too.
is only because, well, I mean, we've kind of gone over it really, so. But this is a skinny hallway. There's likely not going to be anybody there. First of all, if there is anybody that is going to be there, it's going to be on the altar or in those rooms or in the chapel,
Yeah,
which
I agree.
isn't going to be seen. So
That's
so
what
yeah,
I think
let's-
too.
Yeah. So, all right, let's do the back door.
If anybody's walking around, it's gonna be out there. There could be someone in like the office or something, but
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, the office. Yeah, exactly. But nevertheless, we should be fine to open the door.
agreed. Door is
Yeah.
definitely better.
Oh, apparently we could have found a key,
Oh,
but that's grayed out for us. So
but we did all the options to look around. Maybe it wouldn't have been now. It was gonna be earlier.
it might have been when we went searching around, at night or something like that, or gone to the Black Kirk after, rather than go and follow Amelia.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You walk
Sure.
around the Black Kirk until you reach the wooden, sturdy back door. It has the pointed arch feature of Gothic architecture. There's a massive padlock enclosing a metal chain, shutting the door. There is no evidence of it being recently opened. Try to lockpick it, hit the padlock. This is a bad idea. I think we try to lockpick it, obviously. For us, that's what makes sense.
It's either that or a bad idea, but I don't like the window option, so I'm just gonna. I say let's lock.
We don't have anything else we can do at the moment either. Like we can't try to go look for a key now.
The only thing that's giving me hesitation is that this door hasn't been opened recently, which means that it's probably going to be rusted shut, which means that when we open it, it might make noise. That's my thought process.
I see.
But who knows? I still think we lockpick it and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
We can change it. You don't have to go. That's just my thought. Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
I don't even know if we can go back to even try to open the front door. So.
No, it's going to be.
Really
it's probably just probably. Yeah, maybe it could be, but let's try it. Let's try it. Ooh.
Oh.
This is probably the hardest lock you've ever faced. It seems it is way more complex than it should be. But you are a criminal after all, and you won't let any lock stand in between you and this place in the place you want to break into. As you step inside, apparently we just got it, you find yourself in a dark corridor. You can visualize 3 closed wooden doors. You are inside the St. Mary's Church of Invernock, the Black Kirk.
So luckily we did not alert anybody.
I bet you if we tried to do this without having a criminal background, we probably couldn't have done it.
Yeah, agreed. Well, that's why we wanted a criminal.
That's right. We wanted to get a little bit away from our, prim and proper PI from last time.
But yeah, I agree with you since the way it says it. But you are a criminal after all. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We rolled the dice well on that one.
We already kind of know where we're going, if anything, because Buddy talked about that. So that was the classroom, right?
Yeah, there's the 3 rooms, the 3 doors are office, classroom, and toilet.
You want to check the office first, see if we could find any dirt?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and go to the important places first in case we have to run out of here. You are inside the office. The closed window leads to the withered trees of the churchyard. There is a fairly old computer. You would probably win a bet if you said it has Windows 98 installed on it. A couple of files left on the desk, a dozen of pictures of the church itself with a board with many of the church attendants. We can turn on the computer, give the files a look, inspect pictures, examine the board, investigate the desk. Yes, except for I kind of want to turn on the computer last.
Yeah, let's do physical stuff first.
Yes, no alerting people of our presence by messing with electronics.
Let's check the desk first. I kind of feel like going backwards on this one seems the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree.
There's an unusual finding underneath the office's desk. A button. It is as simple as that. A plain gray button protruding from the wood.
I want to press it, but what if what if it's a silent alarm?
Yes. I'm not as confident in pushing buttons quite yet, so let's...
You think we can come back?
I think we'll be able to, yeah.
Yeah, leave it for now then.
It's not like it's going to disappear.
That's sketch.
Yeah, buttons, yeah. I don't know. Look, I've watched Austin Powers lately, and he pushed buttons and people died in fiery death, so I just... It's just like, I don't know. Somebody, might be bad. Examine the board.
Board contains dozens of photos of the townsfolk of Invernock, depicted in small 3x4 frames. It is assumed that only the people who frequently attend the church are represented. You see a few familiar faces, but there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary here. All right. Okay.
Pictures? Anything peculiar?
Is that not what we just did? No, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. All the pictures displayed on the desk depict the Black Kirk. They vary in mood and angle, however. Frames are delineating a gloomy church under the night, and there are joyful shots of a group of children smiling to the camera in front of the porch. Perhaps it was a photo competition or just an activity made for children. I'm very concerned that the theme of children in church is being emphasized here. So
that's true because of that the guy's blog entry.
I just
right?
I like they haven't, said anything about it yet, but like I'm afraid it's gonna be like the Children of the Corn kind of thing here or something. I don't know. Let's look at the files.
It hasn't showed itself in the rest of the story. It's like a recent thing that's coming up, though.
Yep.
Anyways, let's look at files. You go through a bunch of paperwork, most of it regarding the administrative aspect of the church. The only thing out of the ordinary is that the electricity bill is way more costly than it should be for a place like this. Strange as all the lights are out during the night. They must be hiding something here, as if we don't know that.
Well, let's add to the electricity by turning on the computer.
Let's turn on the computer.
It takes a long time for the computer to start. When it does so, you see that the background image is a picture of the Seanlock. You think you recognize Rhiannon's rock in the distance. You go through the files on the computer. There are records concerning official church meetings, policies, timetables for 2015 and 2016, and even wedding certificates. Whatever strings Father Grant may be pulling, he is certainly a major influence in town. And he is smart enough not to leave anything incriminating here. I just realized that it won't let me go back without pushing the button. Lame!
What, bro?
Alright.
Leave it!
Push the
Leave
little
it
gray
again.
button. Sorry, it's happening. I'm
Alright.
doing it. If it
Yep.
electrocutes me and burns me, it's the author's fault. You press
Oh no, that's not good.
the gray button and nothing seems to happen.
It's a silent alarm.
Alright, well,
Where did that guy mention that it was in the classroom that there was a trapdoor, right?
that's right. I'm pretty sure it was.
Let's go.
Yeah, so
Let's go
do it.
straight there.
You are in St. Mary's Church classroom. There are curtains drawn over a window. There's a blank blackboard hanging on a wall, a cabinet, and a wardrobe. An ornate rug covers the floor. All right.
Let's skip all the bull crap. We already know that they're not leaving anything out in plain
That's
sight.
right. That's right.
Remove that rug.
Was it I thought it was behind a wardrobe or under the wardrobe?
Oh, is that what it was?
Or with a cabinet? Oh, shoot, I can't remember. I think it
I
was.
don't remember. Is it in our notes or something?
It's in the. Yeah, it's. Yeah, let's just quickly read that. It's. Oh no!
not
It was.
case
It was
notes?
a website. No, it was a website. But yeah, we can take a look maybe.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would be in case notes, just because it wasn't like a document we found or something. Oh, you were frozen for a second.
Oh. Was I?
Mm,
Interesting.
Oh no, nothing useful.
Nope. All right.
Okay,
It's got to
well,
be one.
let's
It's got to be
quickly-
one of them anyway. I think it's the wardrobe, from what I
Yeah.
remember.
Okay. Yeah. Go with what you.
Because a
remember.
cabinet's something held onto a wall, right? But a wardrobe is something like an actual movable piece of furniture,
Oh.
like the Lion, the Witch,
I
and the
just
Wardrobe.
realized I'm the problem, not you.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah, my stream's messed up.
R-
Reconnected.
yay!
Reconnecting. Does it look fine on your side?
Yeah, you look like you're gravy. I'm just
Okay.
refreshing now, just in case.
Yeah, everybody refresh. Although if I'm telling you that and it doesn't, then it might not matter if you can't hear me saying that, obviously.
Look great. You look groovy.
Groovy, cool. That's what I was going for.
Okay, wardrobe.
All right. Yep. Let's inspect the wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Religious clothes and small sizes, probably for children to wear. All right. Was it the cabinet?
Maybe. The large wooden cabinet is unlocked and is filled with a surprising quantity of religious books for children. It has small wheels underneath. It is possible. Okay, so I guess I was wrong. Possible to move it around. Yeah, move the cabinet away.
That sounds promising.
Yes, that's what it was.
You move the cabinet away. It is heavier than expected, probably due to a number of books inside. As it creeps away, you reveal on the ground a trapdoor. This wasn't depicted in the church plans. Trapdoor contains some strong electronic lock, but it is unlocked right now.
We pushed the gray button. Yes.
Oh my gosh. All
It
right.
could still be death,
Unlocked. We don't
yes.
have to lockpick.
Yeah. So enter through the trapdoor.
Yes, enter. And this is where we
Let's go
die
see
like
this
Amelia.
electrical
or Emma.
equipment. This repairing nature
Yeah.
of equipment.
Church repairs roof tiles and such,
That's right. Yes.
as they claimed. You go down the hole. This is a bad idea. I love that. Thank you, game.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Crawling into the trapdoor, you climb down the metal stairs, and it becomes darker and damper. When your feet touch the floor, you find yourself in what seems to be a dungeon and laboratory at the same time.
Laboratory.
Laboratory, yes. Its economic metal walls appear to be decayed, with visible rust affecting some sites. There is no rubbish scattered around, nor any box or table. It is desolate. Turn on your torch.
We're keeping ourselves in the darkness this time, which is not what we did last time.
Okay, sounds good.
That's what I kind of want to do.
Yeah, we can. It's up to... She's a creature of the
Last
night.
time-
She could be okay with that.
That's what I'm like, she's done this before.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Let's do it.
Ugh. You decide to keep yourself hidden in the dark. Silently and anxiously, you wait for what might be the longest minute of your life. The place is deadly quiet, and your eyes don't adjust themselves to it. Oh. To proceed in this complex, you have no option but to turn on your torch. You find yourself in the underground passage. There is a corridor ahead with two metallic doors on each side, one facing another. There's a final door at the end. Ooh.
For a light switch, investigate the walls, examine a door, turn back.
I don't think we want to turn on a light switch because then if anybody walks in, they'll see the lights are on and know someone's here rather than us possibly being able to turn off our light real quick or something. I don't know.
And if somebody does come in and they know where the light switch is and they haven't seen our torch by any chance, when they turn the lights on, then we will know that they are there.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree.
Investigate walls?
Investigate the walls, I guess, yeah.
I guess, sure. Us looking at a wall. This is nice wall.
I just took a look around, I guess. You carefully inspect the walls along the corridor. The orange rusted spots corroding its structure seem to be distributed in random patterns, affecting the extension of this underground facility asymmetrically. When you stop to realize it, you perceive that the nearer you get from the door at the end of the compound, the more rust there is on the walls. Back at the beginning, near the entrance stairs, there were only small patches of rust staining the metallic environment. Now, being just a few steps from the door at the end, there is more rust than not. The walls seem to be painted in mesh-like patterns of orange disease. The door, paradoxically, is immaculate. Its metal composition shines in silver hues. It is embedded in an irregular structure of corroded walls. What do you make of this? Me investigating the so interesting walls. That's right. Apparently they are interesting.
Apparently.
Maybe they store some fishing or diving equipment here. It probably has more elaborate explanation. I'll have to think it out. I am clueless. It is just bizarre. What the hell is going on here? I can't be mad yet. Am I?
Saying maybe they store some fishing or diving equipment here, like, that's like, why would that make sense for what we're seeing?
Yeah, this makes me think that you're
For the
bad at your
patterns.
job. It's like, you're supposed to be a PI. Let's get real here. I think this makes sense.
Yep,
or,
I agree. Second
yeah,
one.
yeah. So I think I'll have to think it out more.
You slowly walk back, analyzing the topographical patterns of the rust. It is not long before you decide that you have to keep more important stuff in mind. What is happening down here, for example? Keep walking. All right.
Okay. On your way back to the entrance, reanalyzing the gradually decreasing rust, you notice a peculiarity on the wall. It is like a symbol etched onto it. You could swear it was not there before. It shows a woman facing a closed door. Okay, examine the symbol. Interesting. Concerning, but interesting.
Huh?
What symbol?
There's nothing on the wall but rust. What is happening? Can you look at
Oh,
our
no.
stat?
Good call, good call, good call. You feel like strange things may be going on. Uh-oh.
I mean, yeah.
Thanks. Tips? Okay, well, let's look at the door, I guess.
I guess it's time.
Which door do you want to check? The first on the right, the
But
second
there
on
were
the
only
right?
3 doors.
I really wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
I thought it said there's 2 doors facing each other, and then at the end of the hall there's a door, but apparently there's like 5.
First, second on the right, first on the left, second on the left, then door at the end of the hall. Okay?
Actually, I don't want to check them right now. I like how that's an option.
Yeah, exactly. We can see if, but yeah.
You think that they're actually gonna let us not check them?
Maybe.
They're probably gonna be like, "You've come too far."
we could let the dice roll.
Oh yeah, that's a good option.
You want to try it?
Why not? Yeah,
do
sure.
that.
Except for, do we want to count the last one?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'm actually curious.
3, 4, 5. So there's 6.
Door at the end is what it says.
Door. Shoot. God. Okay, we're just jumping ahead.
Jump to the end.
This dice definitely makes things interesting.
It does. It does.
You approach the door at the end of the corridor. It is not rusted at all, as it seems to be a different darker metal. It appears to be more resistant and stronger than the others. Now you are inspecting it closer. Examine it, place our ear onto it, open it, or leave it. I think we always listen to the doors.
Let's listen to
doors. The doors speak to us.
That's right. Let's be like, You place your ear on the door. You hear a repetitive, faint tapping noise. There's also music? Yes, it seems like music. Some ambient or classical music as you identify the sounds of violin and flute. The repetitive tapping continues as long as you remain with your ear placed upon the door.
I don't think we need to examine the door. Essentially, we already did that, right?
Yeah. Do we want to open it for now, or do we want to go back? I don't think we need to be forced into it. I'm just, yeah.
I mean, we're gonna end up here anyways, right?
Right.
Unless you want to open a different door first.
I'm fine with whatever, personally, but...
The rust isn't giving me good vibes, though, so I feel like going through the door that has no rust on it isn't a bad
Sure.
omen.
Let's take a look. The door is unlocked. And you are about to turn the knob and enter the room when you stop and consider that perhaps you should investigate the other rooms before doing more.
Oh, come on.
Fine.
All right. 1 through 4.
Sure, let's do it. First on the right. Inspect it closely, I guess.
Just open the room. Just kidding. Yeah,
I'm
sure,
fine
we
with
can inspect.
It is a metal door, pretty much like all the others. There's just a vague stain of rust on it.
All right. I wouldn't say enter the room. I'd say open it.
Yeah.
The door creeps open, revealing a square room. It is disturbingly dark inside, even darker than the corridor itself. Your torch discloses a table containing some scattered papers, a few photos, and a map hanging on the wall. Besides this, there is only a single wooden chair and the remnants of a candle on the table. Alright. I think we can walk in there maybe and see what the interesting stuff is on.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You are in a sort of underground office. There's a table containing printed sheets of paper, a map of Invernock hanging on the wall amidst some color photos. There's a cadaver of a candle. Okay, jeez.
Right?
It's like, you gotta consider changing your word choice there. Lying on a plate on the right side of the table. Inspect the printed sheets, examine the map.
I want to look at the candle first.
Okay.
What if it's warm? Or no, it shouldn't really be warm. The candle should dry
Still.
out pretty fast or cool
Sure.
off. But there's a significant amount of wax on the plate, probably more than enough for a single candle. Oh, there is no sign that this candle was recently lit. Okay. Furthermore, there are no peculiarities about it.
There
Sick.
we go. Yeah,
Cool.
it's good. It's good. It's good. Search through the I'm just gonna go. Yeah.
Yep.
Search through the photos. There are 4 photos depicting different people. Firstly, there's a photo depicting Amelia Munn. It is a zoomed in shot portraying her face as she looks directly at the camera, appearing to be angered. In the background, you can see the Sweet Revenge with its lights off, and a stark night sobering up the otherwise foxy looks of Amelia. Examining her expression even closer, you are hinted to a feeling that could be fear.
So they're on to Amelia.
Yeah, they're definitely...
Or they have some kind of suspicion of her. Maybe because... Well, I doubt she does anything. Well, she could be... What if she's... I don't know.
She's a shit disturber, so,
Yeah.
she could screw the whole town. Maybe they were using the old husband's retreat across from the bar as like a... I don't know, ferry way. Maybe there's an underground tunnel to it. I don't know.
The next photo depicts a couple you have never met. The man is brown-skinned and has a bald head, while the woman is a tall ginger, almost as tall as him. They appear to be chatting in front of a building. The man has a cigarette in his hand, while the woman holds a mobile phone. Inspecting the photo carefully, you become almost sure that the facade in the background pertains to the Angus Hotel. Already. Next photo, I guess, right? But
I was trying to remember the description of the couple that Emma met at the hotel during her time, but yeah, I don't think that's what they look like.
No, I don't think so either.
The next picture makes your blood solidify in your veins, freezing you while making your heart skip a long beat. It is a photo similar to Emilia's in the sense that it is quite zoomed in. You can see your own face in profile, looking down, puzzled at something on the streets. The cream-colored walls and the curtains make it clear. This photo was taken while you were in your room at the Angus Hotel. Someone was spying on you.
Dun dun dun! Yeah, we knew.
Damn! Yeah, we're not that stupid. But this is the issue. From that information to me suggests that there's probably been somebody watching us at all times, which means that somebody knows that we murdered Ewan, whatever.
I don't know if it means all times. What if there are more so?
I'm just saying, like, to me, worst case scenario.
Yeah, worst case scenario, sure. I was thinking that it's possible that it's just they're just keeping track of all the outsiders in town.
Maybe.
Or people they consider outsiders. And hence why they're taking a picture of multiple people in front of the hotel.
That's fair. Your turn.
Just like the picture depicting yourself, this last photo also shows someone in a room at the Angus Hotel. You don't know her, but she is practically as unaware as you were when these freaks took these pics. Or photos. Why did I say pics?
Because you're a youngin'.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we're back in the office. Let's look at the map. It is a map of Invernock, pretty much like the one you already own. However, there are some notes, circles, and arrows on it, indicating points of interest. Inspect the printed sheets.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Analyze the sheets. Sure. I guess, we'll just go through
all
them.
the above.
Yeah.
Sheets relate to the financial and administrative matters of the Black Kirk. It surprises you how well the Divine business is going and how much profit this gets since the costs of maintenance are negligible. Perks of Neo-Gothic over Real Gothic you glimpse. The balance is displayed over the last 24 months, with every single month being briefly discriminated. You realize that two themes seem to be even more out of place than the rest of this report. Firstly, every month there is a considerable amount of money coming from an English account labeled as Allynx. The exact number is variable and ranges from 10,000 to 40,000 euros. And secondly, St. Mary's Church donates a fixed amount of 8,000 euros every month to Blair Lemnock College. You read it again. Yes, to Blair Lemnock College. It seems that some unholy schemes are being done around here.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, examine the envelope, I guess. The envelope is not addressed to anyone and it contains any stamp. It contains any stamp? Okay. It's just a blank, trivial envelope. Okay. Grab the paper inside the envelope then. You grab and read the sheet. It seems to be a poem.
Don't read it out loud. Not you, her.
It's like I'm dabbing myself to the demons below of the depths.
We already did that with that gibberish we read earlier.
Right. Of tides and lands. A bleeding cerulean dagger. The lock pierces the knock at its tip. The tip of the dagger thrusts forward towards the other azure shore to show faint colors at the bay. A distance forms between tip and bay, a diseased yard. A yard away with the wings of the goddess, opposed to the high and the earl, will built itself the hut, the sacred shrine named Name It Far, and the old moss of yore, named it shall be low. The piece is not signed, but it seems to be recently written. A yard away from the wings of the goddess, opposed to the high and the earl, will build itself the hut. Sorry, I'm just looking at the... It's interesting, like, certain things here are, like, capitalized, and I'm just curious why.
I know, I was looking at that as you were reading it, but I didn't see... I mean, there's a lot of... If you take away, like, the first letter of each sentence, or each line, because that doesn't matter, it's just, like... Yeah. It's a lot of consonants.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
It doesn't really spell anything out.
It's not a spelling, yeah. Anyway, it piqued my interest for a moment.
Yeah. I do that automatically too. You were in a sort of underground office. Oh yeah. In our office. In this office, yeah. Just go back to the
Alright.
corridor, I guess.
To the corridor. We'll keep going on the right.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll inspect it. It's a metal door. Congratulations. It's evidently rustier than the others. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to enter, but yeah, sure.
Ah! The hinges wail as you open the door. You reveal an empty room. It contains absolutely nothing except for things hanging on the walls. They seem to be weird shamanic. Makes me think of shaman.
Yep.
Yeah. Shamanic necklaces. Approaching them, you make out that they are made of faint silvery metal with fangs. There is a long row of these fangs adorning every necklace, about 20 or 30 of them. They're curved, thin, and visibly sharp. With the fatigued yellowness of an old or dead animal, you can just make hypotheses about the real origin of such objects. Finally, you create the presence of mind to count how many of these necklaces there are. 10. Do we take one with us?
Sure.
I'm like, maybe it'll help us blend in, maybe it'll be useful for other reasons, or maybe it'll just alert them that someone else was here. I don't know.
No, I think even just to have evidence of like, hey, maybe this is like...
Or evidence, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
right,
hey, this church... Here's the thing already. Why would a church have something like this? So, like, obviously, sketchy is sketch. But we can also
this
say...
doesn't seem related to the religion that you preach.
Right, but we can also just be like, let's actually figure out what these are made of, you know, DNA test or whatever if we needed to. Maybe it's something sus or whatever. Endangered animals. Anyway, just as much evidence as possible. So,
okay. Well, then we take one. Hopefully it doesn't brainwash us, and then we leave.
You grab one of the necklaces, and it feels quite wet in your hands as you put it in your pocket. Interesting.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's... why is it so damp down here? Like... Gross. First on the left.
Yeah. Weird how it gives us options to do this, like place our ear on.
Yeah. But we're doing it. I'm curious.
Yeah. All right, okay. Cool.
Thanks, Tips. It's like, why you didn't do it for the other one. Why this one?
Oh, okay. So this is another one that doesn't have tons of rust on it. Alrighty.
Interesting. It is a metal door with almost no rust on it. It seems to be more pristine, unused than the others. Let's open it.
You open it, you move to open the door, but you sense a massive resistance coming from the other side. The door won't budge and there is no visible lock for you to try and pick. Alright. Sounds like we leave. Leave it alone.
I say we open it anyway. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Watch, it's like this like underground water room
I
or
was
something
thinking
like that.
water on the other side, yeah.
We're getting that rust thing, so I'm just,
Yeah, exactly.
second on the left.
Almost to the end door again.
Disgusting odor emanates from inside.
Oh,
Well, let's examine the door first.
just like the other one facing it, this door is deeply plagued by rust. In this case, even the handle seems to be heavily deteriorated. The odor creeping from inside resembles rotten meat, and your stomach contorts itself as you move closer to the origin of the smell. I don't really want to go inside, but we can open the door, and I guess.
Let's gas ourselves. Let's see what happens.
No,
We can roll the dice.
it's fine. Let's just look.
You open the door and you are stricken with an almost solid smell of spoiled flesh. With your torch, you examine the peculiar contents of this room. There is a large aquarium with plenty of grotesque fish-like fish inside, with a bioluminescence radiating from their diseased bodies, which seem to struggle for space. This aquarium is dimly lit by an artificial blue light. On the other side of the room, there is the reason for such horrid odor. You approach two foam containers. Peeking inside of them, you see different types of rotten meat, as there is a carcass of a pig, greenish steaks, and vermin-consumed ribs. It is a solid commitment to your investigation not to puke here and now. Grody!
I don't think we need to look any closer at this stuff.
You sure? Backing off?
You can if you want.
I think at least the aquarium. I don't think we need to look at the meat.
Okay, sure. I think it's the same aquarium we saw before with
Maybe.
Emma. It's hard to remain sane while looking at such abominations. The fish inside the aquarium are menacing looking with some frightening characteristics that resemble abyssal creatures. They have protruding limbs of different sizes that appear to move independently, and on top of their monstrous faces lies an antenna-like structure from which radiates a bioluminescent glow. Their colors are tricky to define as their scales appear to shine in hues of pink and purple and green and black. Filling the bottom of the aquarium, there is a graveyard of bones. These bones seem to come from steaks or mammal ribs, and looking closer, you perceive that some of the bones still contain some remnants of flesh. The meat appears to be rotten. Do you want to look at the meat?
Yep.
Yeah, nasty.
What can I say? The meat inside the foam box smells like death. As far as you can observe, all the pieces share a common feature. They are unquestionably rotten. All right. So we have alien freaky deaky fish.
And rotten meat.
And rotten meat. All right. Going to the end. Door at the end.
The end of the corridor as we know it.
Open it.
Open the door. Open the door. The door is unlocked. You turn the knob and enter the room. The metal door opens noiselessly. A huge stream of thoughts gushes into your head as you try to make out the details of the scene in front of you in the blink of an eye. Oh no.
A second later. It is a small room that seems to emulate a library. There are uncountable shelters loaded with ancient books, and a central artificial light casts a bluish light over a central table covered in piles of printed sheets. By the table, Father Grant aims at your chest with a black crossbow. He frees one of his hands and raises a finger to his mouth. You notice there is an old scar just beside it. It is the only thing he and Ewan have in common, though. Is it the only thing that he and Ewan have in common, though? Shh. This is my favorite part, he says. He seems to be tapping his feet underneath the table, following the melody of the music that is coming through a speaker in the ceiling. Dash towards him, analyze your surroundings, throw yourself onto the ground, go fuck yourself. Does it involve little children?
That is funny.
Yeah, just look at him and keep quiet. This fucking guy.
Well, if he's waiting for the music to stop, I think we can look at our surroundings real quick.
Yeah, that's probably the best. Look,
Do we have any other threats to worry about?
You're not going to dodge a crossbow bolt, for the record. So, like, we're pretty much dead to rights. He's got a clean shot, so best to try and figure our way out.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do analyze surroundings. Take the moment that he's given us.
You look around and consider your spatial options. You could try to dash back through the door, but that would be way too risky. Lingering on the periphery of your visual field, however, lies a big card box, apparently containing something like a television or a sound system. You could try to reach for cover behind it, or you could try something else entirely. What before classical music, a soothing harmony of strings, pianos, and violins, shifts into a strange, almost otherworldly sequence of sparse noises, or sparse sounds that have few similarity between them other than the fact that they all seem to occur underwater. It reminds you a lot of what whales sound like when they sing. As soon as the music ends, Father Grant eyes you with murderous intent. Now tell me why I shouldn't paint my office red while performing your last rites. Do we dash towards him? Throw ourselves to the ground behind the big card box. Tell him to go screw himself. You'd like to hear what I have to say. No janitor will come down here, I guess. You'll have to clean up a real mess. Crossbow, isn't that a little too medieval even for the church? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. That's funny. Or I want to join your cult. You guys recruiting? I want to join your cult.
I can see her saying that in a complete lie to try and throw him off and get a moment. The likelihood, the reaction time. Look, the only thing that if we were to do anything to save ourselves would be throw behind the big card box, but it's very unlikely to. Yeah.
They're saying join the cult.
Join the cult. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Like it's a good, at least an attempt at a ruse.
Well, what if we do somehow successfully ruse him and we manage to find Emma? I don't know. What other choice do you have? Good point. Yeah, really, honestly,
It's good enough. Look, he asked for a reason. Tell me why I shouldn't. It's like, well, I want to join your cult. It's going to be enough to at least make him pause, where right now he's on alert. And like any move that's negative, he's going to just shoot us. So
yeah, surely he's not expecting us to say that.
Yeah. Let's try it. Let's try it, because I think that's something that Amelia would do anyway. So
okay,
let's try it out.
She's her fight or flight response is happening, and she's
survival mode is real.
Yep.
Father Grant, I think it's me. Father Grant remains judging you for long claustrophobic seconds. His stare is so solid he seems to be evaluating your soul. Without saying a word, then he walks towards a darkened corner of the chamber and produces a something. He holds it with both hands, and as he solemnly approaches you, you notice it appears to be a piece of dark cloth. So, you want to join us, you say. Your eyes, that plentitude, they don't lie. No, there is no false truth in the words of the enlightened person, of an enlightened person, and you are about to delve into the real meaning of our world. It will be time to say welcome. What? Of course we're lying. Okay,
That's
hopefully.
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, she's a good liar.
Father Grant reaches you.
It is time, the old man's voice declares. Father Grant encircles your head with a dark piece of cloth, and your world goes blind. Stinks of rotten meat and death. He guides you to an unknown place, through an unknown path, and for several minutes you are steered by his cold, wrinkled hand. Eventually reaching a warm and damp site, he sits you on a chair and ties you up hands and feet. Now you just wait. He leaves the room without further ado. You are still blind. You wait, and wait, and wait. The place is foul-smelling, and an intense headache starts throbbing inside your brain, and it may be an hour, perhaps 2 or 3 since Grant left. Wait.
Soon you hear the door creaking open, a multitude of steps, and nobody speaks a word. The cloth wrapped up around your head is removed, and your eyes take a while to adjust themselves to the dingy ambient. You find yourself in the middle of a circle of hooded people. It seems to be a stone cellar. Dolmain, you hear a whisper coming towards your ears. You will never know who whispered that. The cultists start their chanting. They hold their hands, and the darkness filling the room seems to be flickering with elusive flashes of flames. Tig, stach, tugam, tinna, stach. The singing is carried out by grave voices that sound vaguely human. You sweat, and your chest aches as if dirty waters were consuming your lungs. You can barely breathe. Tha sin chud skloin ag esoras agas bid sin farat chur orib gor geradana fark an ferin mar alataya be an fern. Your head explodes.
I think when they say your head explodes, it doesn't mean like literally. I think we're making a connection with this thing. And
Maybe.
So it's causing our head to hurt.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
what it means by
Good.
explode.
Good.
Your head explodes in pain. Yes, just pain.
All right.
But only for a fraction of a second. A fraction of a second that lasts for a whole eternity as you, in this glimpse of time, see yourself in the forgotten depths of the ocean amidst the impossible architecture. Aeons-old dwellers that communicate through synapses you never knew existed. In this mere second, a dormant part of your cortex jolts with electrical activity as you envision the scriptures left forgotten in the darkest depths of the abyss. You feel your eyes bleeding internally, and your guts crumbling down to a vague mass of putrid organs. Oh! None of this seems to be real. Okay, that's good. That's good. If it's not real. Drink this, sister. A male voice resonates inside your body. You fathom his vague form just in front of you, offering you a chalice. You just realize that you are not tied anymore. Are you tied at all? You look all around you, feeling a burning sensation to be alive. The chalice hungers. Grab it with both hands and let the liquid invade your mind. Gulp, gulp. A taste of the outer space and sensation of blue and blood and jazz and apricot and death and life and athair is a bath. What? And the happiness of 1,000 corpses and sex. What? What?
Ooh, damn.
There's
That's
a lot
good,
happening here.
That's some good shit.
Something
All right.
we never gave her, I guess.
That's right. The sublimation. You feel your whole body numbing down, a tickling sensation from the deeper layers of your brain to the surface of your hands. Your perception deviates from dream to reality to dream, and you start to hallucinate about the real knowledge. The thoughts seem to. Strange thoughts that were never your own occupy your mind, and for a while, you are overwhelmed. You watch as impossible patterns of colors and tangible sounds become as real as the notion of yourself, of self. Are you a lie? You look down to the floor and you visualize the waters of the Seanloch tinged with blood. It becomes then transparent, and underneath the mass of water there is truth. The truth. Doesn't exist. Is that time is a human concept, lies with the abyssal ones. Es enach ele mai fin. We're going frickin' bonkers.
Yeah, we're going hella bonkers. I prefer not to do that.
The abyssal ones or the last one? The truth is that time is a human concept? Doesn't exist. What do you think?
I don't want to be going crazy and say the last two.
I agree. I think that time as a human concept, I guess, is the most okay one, other than, and then these two are the only two that I'm thinking. So,
well, the first one, I don't really understand what that would mean. The truth doesn't exist. What does that mean?
Right. I
What do you
mean,
mean the truth doesn't exist?
to me, that's a very postmodern person speaking. So, it's all relative. That ultimate or perfect reality doesn't exist. And that sort of thing.
I mean, I agree that time is a human concept. Fair enough.
I guess. I mean, yeah. Our conception of time is human, I would say, but I mean, again, it's
Agree. Yeah, technically time does pass.
But
and
to
all
suggest,
that.
to suggest that time doesn't actually exist, I mean, well, it's...
Agreed. No, definitely more so the concept of it.
But yeah, so I'm fine with either of these personally. Like, it's, I guess, what would she say if she was managed to retain any of herself? Would she be kind of postmodernist, or would she just talk about time? I don't feel like either of those really fit, but...
No, me neither.
This one kind of makes sense for her, maybe.
That's what I thought initially, but then I was like, wait, what does that mean? The truth doesn't exist.
To me, so from a philosophical point of view, the truth not existing is very much about a pure subjectivity, that there is no ultimate truth. And that actually might be something that she would say. That she's like, the only view that's important is my view, kind of thing.
At first, when I read the truth does not exist, I thought it meant that she was fighting it, That's what I thought at first, but after reading the other ones, I don't think that's what she's saying. But I'm fine with going with the first one, maybe.
Yeah, contextually, I actually think that Pancake is possibly right too. Like, that she looks down on the waters and that truth doesn't exist. So
yeah,
I think let's go with one. Let's go with one.
You delve into the most lucid thought you have ever had. There is no truth, and every certainty in life is relative. You can become what you want. You have the choice. You had the choice. You have no choice, and the abyss consumes you. Nani?
And it is all black, void. You were never born, and you never will be. And your notion of life was just a transient state produced by an agglomerate of short-living cells. The only real thing is them. Only them can save you now. Rise from the void.
What was happening?
I don't know. It's freaking me out, man.
You wake up to Father Grant's voice. You feel like throwing up your brain. His tone is almost a whisper, and still it almost explodes your eardrums. You have taken the first step of the initiation. You have survived the sublimation. Not everybody does. No. Now, relax. Take a deep breath. Yes, like that. Now you must prove your allegiance to him and to us. And there is only one way you can do that. Do it. You know it before he speaks. He can understand you, and you can understand him. You can understand them. Consciousness is lost. I really thought we were dead.
I actually thought we had failed. I thought we were lost too. I've played some of these games, and there are times when you will die that's the end of the end of the story, and it's like, fuck. Anyway, You wake up screaming, and no audible sound erupts from your throat. Your eyes seem to be renewed, and your retina grasps a part of the visible spectrum that is only now visible. You see the heat emanating from the radiator and being sucked in by the tiny gaps around the closed window. You are in a fancy bedroom with a white sheet covering you. It is soaked in freezing sweat. Your whole body seems to have just now recovered from a devilish fever. How pleasant it is to see you are back. The voice wailed into your ears in a strange waveform. You look at the tall, elegant man sitting beside the bed, only the frail moonlight illuminating his darkened features. He wears a gray waistcoat and thick glasses. Your immediate unconscious response is to calm down, Amelia. No need for precipitate actions. I am Brian Gyllenhaal, as you may know, and I welcome you to our ranks. It seems that you want to vomit. Please, if that is the case, turn around and do not stain my clothes, if you may. The foul contents of your stomach start to snake upwards into your mouth. Try not to vomit or vomit. I'm thinking vomiting is not a terrible idea.
No, I think vomiting is better out than in.
Yes, let's get rid of whatever is inside of us if that's possible.
What if we throw up a fish?
I don't care. I want fish out of me. Fish have gills and weird tentacle thingies, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like the feeling of having to vomit. Just like get it out.
Yeah.
You aren't able to direct the acid that streams out of your mouth, so you soak the sheets and the floor with stomach contents. It is of a watery consistency, and the putrid smells flood the room. Breathe in and breathe out.
Gyllenhaal sits by the bed, looking curiously at you. Who are you really? Where am I? I am now a domain. What was that liquid? What have I become? I want to talk about the deeper truths to move on.
Yes, all of the above, almost, pretty much.
I'm thinking this might be a good spot to stop because we are getting. Yeah,
true. You're not wrong.
So we're not dead. So that's the shocking part. And now there's probably going to be a whole lot more stuff that's going to come at us. So this might be the spot to.
So yeah, this is a good place to leave off where we've just joined the cult and we're about to start questioning what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I just feel like if we go any further, then it's going to be like a 5-hour thing.
Open a whole can of worms kind of thing.
Yeah,
yep,
so,
I agree.
But
it's a good place to leave off for next time. Thanks for bringing that up, and thanks for bringing us through the journey. I consider it as if you're hosting this, kind of, because you're the one with the game and you're the one that has the information or have played these before. So like to me, you're like, thanks for hosting, Zell. Thanks.
I appreciate you joining me on it. It is definitely one of my favorite things to look. I've done a lot of the books, choose your own adventure books as a kid, and when I found this online, this whole choice of games thing, I'm like, this is sick. This is awesome. This is my type of games where it allows me to read a book, but also to participate in the story at some level. So, and hopefully, you guys enjoy that. So,
I've enjoyed it so far, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. I thought we were dead, but now we're just part of a cult.
Good. I was worried that was actually going to be the end of it because I was like, oh man, I don't want that to be the last. Well,
I know, because me knowing that there was 3 chapters, I was like, well, I guess we just don't get the 3rd chapter. I guess we're just dead.
And that's kind of what I was thinking too. I was like, but no, it's good. I like the idea of potentially having to be corrupted now too. So we'll see what that's like next time on Highlands Deep Waters then.
Right. See you then.